hello, welcome, and give me a hell yeah. Give me a whole yeah. Give me a whole yeah. From the Spanish god, Sammy Guevara. Cheers to everyone watching in Yorkshire and beyond. Hope you guys have a great day from the Spanish god. Shout out to Dom, shout out to Anthony. You guys are smart because you're fans of me. And anyways, have a great day.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling podcast. My name is Ant. How y'all doing? Lovely to see you all. It's Shaq and Cody, Shaquille O'Neal in a wrestling ring. What's going to happen? Who knows? But I'm just thankful we're getting it on Dynamite instead of Revolution, to be perfectly honest, because that would be a waste of time, wouldn't it? Lovely to see you all. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Apologies for not being able to do the Eve stream. I finished work a little bit late, and yeah, but it's really good, man. There's a cracking match happening right now with Millie McKenzie and Rhea O'Reilly. There's been a really solid match, man. Gutted, I missed it. Lovely to see you all. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Let's get to your comments, because Scott he's come in and he's like, hey, look, he's going live 15 minutes early. I'll give him something to talk about. And just wants opinions on all sorts of stuff. So let's go, brother. No notification, as per usual. Sorry, my dude. That is because I am rubbish at setting up life. I also finished work a lot later than I expected this evening. No, it's not you. It's YouTube. Bless you. No, it was me. I'm just rubbish. I guess Shaq is the main event. I'd assume so, mate. I'd assume so. Would that keep people watching? I don't know. As a wrestling fan, like, it's not exciting to me, but maybe that'd keep people watching for. So yeah, I'd assume so. Thoughts on NXT to Tuesdays? Do Ant and Dom care? Question mark. NXT to Tuesdays. Interesting. I feel like their show at the minute is like really solid wrestling with no sort of substance. Does that make any sense? I'm not enjoying the stories that I've seen on NXT and stuff like that, and you get a lot of matches that just I don't care about. I'm sorry, I just don't care about them. So NXT to Tuesdays, I think it's a great thing for AEW. I think it's a great thing for NXT, and if it means that more people are watching them products, then wonderful. If I was off work, it could mean that we could do NXT. I don't think I'm gonna sort of be making that extra effort to be able to do it, though, just because it's quite difficult at the minute. I mean, I'm up in how long am I up in? I'm at work in 10 hours time, so you know it's and that's a pretty late start as well, so it's quite difficult. I suppose if I was off, I'd probably do it on a Wednesday or what have you. But yeah, man. Thoughts on Pat McAfee to AEW possibly? He's a very talented performer and character. I don't know if his matches. I feel like his matches have been sort of. I mean, he was wrestling with Adam Cole, who's like absolutely outstanding, and sort of put on a really great match with him. But at the same time, Adam Cole could have a great match with a broom, you know. I feel like he's good. I don't feel like he's as good as people say. I'd say he's better on the mic than most of the NXT lot, and that's a bit embarrassing when they're supposed to be a performance center training people, is what I'd sort of say. But yeah, man, there we go. Is my sort of thoughts. And thoughts on Paul Wight's AEW show. I saw it. It didn't appeal to me. It looked a bit boring. What was it? BS? Big Show? Oh, because of Big Show. Yeah, it didn't do out for me. Today I watched the first ever show you did. Oh, mate. It's amazing to see how far you come. Simply one of the best. Oh, thank you, Scott, man. We need to do that watch along of the very first show. We said we'd do it at 500 and just haven't got around to it yet. Breaking. China makes COVID-19 anal swab test mandatory for foreigners. Your thoughts? I want to go to China. Is what I think. Is exactly what I think. Hello, Jake. Lovely to see you. Sammy! It is Guevara I put on tonight. We normally do Darby, so I thought I'd mix it up. Hello, Crazy Futuristic. Lovely to see you. It's your reigning, defending, undisputed Royal Rumble prediction champion of the world, Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing, man? How's your new marriage coming along? Are you have you indulged in the pleasures that marriage brings? We should all wait for marriage. And along with John Cena watching AEW, you can't see me. Jamel, lovely to see you, my dude. And is a little bit of country. A little bit of country. Dom is a little bit of rock and roll. A little bit of country. I saw tigers. Yeah. Why would Joey Ryan set up a women's charity wrestling event after everything that happened? Is he dumb? I'm loving women's wrestling at the minute, and you know that because of Eve. Like, it's like opened my eyes so much to incredible women wrestlers, and performers. And you see sort of these main products like WWE, and you think, why? This isn't the women's fault. Someone like Nikki Cross is an incredible performer. Jazzy Gabar, or several women who are brilliant. You watch the WWE product and you think, why do they hold them back so much? I don't get it. But yeah, and same with AEW. AEW is not being great. The timing with women's has been terrible. I think it's been better since Full Gear, but it took a long time to get to that point. Why would Joey? Oh, sorry, I just said that. So why would he do it? No, I mean, I guess it's his apology, maybe, which I think is good. I think people can apologize and stuff like that. So we'll see. It depends on how it affects the victims, I guess, is what I'd actually say. Xia Li on NXT is so great, says Scott. So great. So many great women performers. I'm really looking forward to watching the Mito Satomura match. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream that because I don't think... is that this week or next week? I don't know what my rota looks like for next week. NXT on Tuesday would be great. I think it would be. I think it'd be great for us as wrestling fans to be able to watch that, Cool. Jake Holden, these NBA All-Star games with Shaq in, I heard. I care about the Shaq. He's been training for around nearly 6 years, so he should be really good. And Shaq versus Big Show, I really want. Yeah, man, I think it'd be fun. I'm just not that. It's just going to be a celebrity match. And ultimately, a lot of them end up failing on the wrestling sort of front, I guess, in my opinion. Finally, they're changing things up for NXT. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Greetings and hope all is well. It is, Joey. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. All is great with me, mate. Just been busy at work, man. Pat McAfee to AEW would be incredible. He's the best heel in the business. His promo skills, Jake, are undeniably very good. I don't know if he's better than MJF, Crazy Ginger. Yeah, but Pat McAfee versus MJF, that could be killer promos, man. Are you ready for Revolution on Sunday? Janelle, I absolutely am. And for those of you that didn't join Dom's stream on Monday, I'm pleased to announce that Dan Reed from Eve Pro Wrestling is joining me and Dom. I think Dom can make it. He's trying his best to. It's been tough, man. But Dom's going to try his best to be here with us, and we are all going to watch AEW. Dan's got some wonderful insight, especially into the sort of women's division and stuff like that. So, and what did you all think of last week? Did you enjoy me having Dan on stream? I thought it was wonderful. It was always great having Dan to talk to because you can just pick his brains, man. Just pick his brains. You don't even have to like watch when I do a show with Dan. I feel like the content is that quality that you don't even need to be watching live. You could watch it in the future, And to me, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but that's the sort of content I'd love to watch, and I think that's why I really enjoy it. Getting sort of that sort of inside information, as well as he's a really charismatic guy as well. He's a real nice dude. Are you ready for Revolution? Yes, I am. Janelle, hello, lovely to see you. No notifications because Ant smells of Pio, which could be Paiello. Maybe. Joey, nice to see you, Jack. Hope you're doing well, mate. Joey, MJF has been bad since September, in my opinion. Not his fault, it's his booking. I agree, Jake. I don't think his booking has been the best. Oh, Jeremy's not a virgin anymore. Congratulations, everyone. Put an emoji in chat for Jeremy and his new wife, his new lovely, beautiful wife, which is something about Jeremy breaking his virginity. Let's see if that works. Let's see what emojis we get. I'm excited. I can't wait. Congratulations, Jeremy. I'm pleased you're not a virgin anymore, dear. Someone didn't check their messages. Eve Wright, Girls of Wrestling. Welcome, Dan. Hope you're doing well. I caught the end of the Eve stream. Someone didn't check the messages. No, I didn't. Why have you? I did read it earlier. Oh, little things make a hell of a difference. Yeah, I read that. want me to do AEW tonight? I mean, we could. You could maybe try Skyping me. I just don't want it to crash OBS. If you're still up for it, it's entirely up to you. 50 seconds left until AEW. But yeah, feel free to give me a Skype call. I'll open up my Skype just in case you do. 1 second. There we go. And I can make that work. We can make that work. By the way, Ant, sorry that I joined that call from Discord, but I have no clue how I was getting it. So sorry, Ant. Future, have you been getting that as well? Because I keep getting calls from this fake Gimme a Whole Yeah thing on Discord. I didn't realise it was affecting you guys as well. I just ignore it. I didn't realise it was affecting you, dudes. We'll have to have a look at that. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't realise it was... yeah, that's bad. That's bad. No. Well, Vince doesn't get women. No, he doesn't. I meant to apologise after that day, but I wanted to say sorry. You don't have to apologise, Futuristic. I'm sorry that you got that, mate. I'm really sorry that you got that. Oops, something went wrong. Let's refresh the stream and see if it starts. Yes, we are on the title sequence, and that is the end of the titles. That's where I am. AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads. The Crossroads. Is this a special event? Are we going to get Shaq and Cody first or last? Why not got no sound on this shit? Language. Oh, sound's not turned up. It is Cody and Shaq first. Interesting. Or is it just going to be promo? Oh, and check the Twitters. Yes, I just have. Sorry. Oh, I hadn't tweeted us out either. Jackie boy, can you tweet us out? Dudes, it really helps if you like the video. What also really helps is if you share the video across your social media platforms. Like, although you might not think a lot of your friends like wrestling, there might be someone that does. So say, hey, come and check this out. Or for Revolution, let's do a massive push for Revolution. Get as many people watching as we can. That'd be freaking awesome and really make it worthwhile, especially for Dom, who's really struggling with time at the minute. I always hated Joey Ryan. His gimmick was goofy as hell, says Jake. People can always change, but I'll have to wait for more time because he could be doing it just to make himself look good. Absolutely, Jake. It's all about the women that he affected and making sure that they get the support that they need. But everyone can be everyone can make mistakes as well, even though his mistakes were pretty rough. So hopefully he is a changed man. Jeff Adams, what is up, Ann? And it wasn't like Velvet in Dream that involved kids, and that's just sick. What's up, Ann? Good to see you, brother. Jeff, lovely to see you, my Cincinnati brother. Hope all is going well, my dude. Lovely. You and Joey having your left-handed cigarettes, having a good time. I was looking up stuff to get for Father's Day. Nice, Jackie boy. I just watched the latest episode of The Young Rock. A young Vince was introduced. Interesting. I've not seen any of The Young Rock yet, man. Signed, Tom Brady is winning. Isn't Revolution Saturday night? No, it's Sunday. Tell me it's Sunday. Someone tell me it's Sunday. I need to confirm this because my support bubble is coming on Saturday and that wouldn't be very fun and I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Revolution AEW UK start. I'm sure it's Sunday. It better be bloody Sunday. AEW usually hold the pay-per-views on a Saturday, but this year's Revolution will be held on Sunday. Phew, I was sweating, man. I was sweating. I really wanted to do it, and it'd be horrible to sort of have the one time I see my bubble and not be able to spend time with them, which I'm really looking forward to. I've got a wonderful weekend planned with someone that makes me very happy. Will Rally Sport Rally. Hello, my love. Hey, did you see Randy Orton and WWE wrestlers on social media versus Should Ya Boy? He said it was fake. It's scripted like a soap. Yeah, it is, but it's entertaining, isn't it? Soaps are entertaining as well to some people. It's all cool, you know? Yeah, no, I didn't see the reaction. What was the reaction, Will? It'd be awesome to hear that. No, Jack, Revolution is Sunday. I'm so hyped for this weekend, mate. So am I. One of UFC's biggest event ever on this weekend. Well, at least the most stats and Revolution. Crazy Ginger. It's going to be a good night. There's Shaquille O'Neal. Poor. He's a big man, isn't he? I'm so hyped. Oh, yeah, sorry, read that. Danny Hargreaves. We've got the emojis for my dude, Jeremy. Congratulations. We have a finger entering an OK sign. Congratulations, Jeremy, for losing your virginity. Jeremy puts licking of feet. Wow. Ball and chain would probably be more appropriate, Jeremy. Congratulations. Welcome to Married Life. Oh, Becky Thompson, speaking of a wonderful support bubble, has joined the chat. It's my girlfriend in chat. Hello, Becky. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Way to lose that V card, Jeremy. Way to lose that V card, brother. Everyone's laughing at Danny. Rally, who is Soulja Boy, by the way? And does he know WWE is live and soaps are not and have retakes and have more acrobats? They is the reason most wrestlers have a background. Oh, I've missed a call from Dan, haven't I? It should be okay. It should be okay, Dan. If you're on stream, just give me a bell and we'll just see what happens. And if not, I can restart the stream. It's all good. I might end up blocking that person if it happens again. Mate, if I knew how to block them, I would. But I'm really sorry it's affecting you guys. Like, just block them if you can. Cody versus Shaq. What a size difference. 6'2" versus... Oh, man, it looks awesome in the ring, doesn't it? 7'2". Lol. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool, Dan. I'm sure. Give it a try, my dude. You can't call her your bubble. She is my only bubble. I don't see anyone else, unfortunately. Shaq looks drunk. He does. Mia Holden has joined us. Welcome, Mia. Hope you're having an awesome day. Lovely to see you. LMAO. Lots of wrestlers were saying you haven't been famous for 10 years or done a song for 10 years. It's not fake when you have to get surgery. Shudder Boy was being horrible to wrestlers. Well, he's just trying to get attention, isn't he? And clearly they're giving him it as well. So, Becky, can't believe he picked you over me. Some love there for Becky from Danny. Okay, shared on Facebook. I may go insane tonight. Welcome to the insanity, Jack. What's the definition of insanity? Having hairy palms. And the second sign that you're insane is looking for hairy palms. Rally, yeah, in real life, Cody would destroy him in 2 seconds, but it's wrestling. I can suspend my disbelief. Very easy. Cody would just leg kick Shaq once in a real fight and it would be done. Absolutely, man. We have Shaq doing a chop to Cody, picking him up. I mean, there's nothing really sort of exciting, but it is happening as it's happening. And before I introduce Dan onto the stream, hello, Dan. No one can hear you just this second. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to just show you briefly, while I've got this screen up, the picture that Ivan did for us. He created a Gimme Hull Yeah arena in 2K20, and I wanted to share that all with you this evening. So there we go. Thank you so much for that, Ivan. And if any of you want us to share anything, just, put it on Twitter and one of us will share it. I have no doubt. Let me get the duo up. Dan Reed Pro Wrestling, yes. And I just need to set up an NDI source. Let me know if I'm missing anything riveting in this match. Are the crowd hot? Dan says the crowd are hot. Yeah, they are. They are very hot. Anthony Skype Pro Wrestling Eve. There we go. I haven't got your camera, Dan. No worries, man. Cool. Let me know when that's done and I'll get back onto it. I half want to see this Shaq match. I'm intrigued. I'm also intrigued by Jade Cargill, who's like, she's her body is wonderful, man. She looks so strong. A lot of work has been put into that. Red Velvet, obviously a real sort of talent who was in several matches on AEW Dark and actually had some really decent showings against people, constantly losing, but having really good little showings against people. So this is a big match, I suppose, in terms of the future of AEW and what's going to be happening in AEW in the future. We're sort of getting, it sort of feels like Red Velvet's debut match even, Throwing her into the corner now and going for that big choke. She looks massive, man. Maybe it was a bad idea pairing her with Shaq, because actually, if you just put her on her own, she could have she could have towered over someone like Layla Hirsch or something like that. And there's time for that in the future. How are you doing with the video, Dan? Oh, yeah. I can't see anything. Yeah, that's my ceiling because my camera went up. But I can't see your video. All right, thanks, man. Irish whipping her into the ropes right now and celebrating by eating a cherry, just as Jeremy did. Oh, bless you, Jeremy. A crossbody now from a Red Velvet, but Jade Cargill just rolling through and picking her up. The strength, brother, the strength. Is Shaq crying? I don't know. Is he crying? Who saw my awesome Eddie Guerrero t-shirt on Discord? I haven't yet, but I look forward to seeing it, Danny. Jade Cargill on tonight. She's trained by Heath Slater. Not had a match yet on AEW, I don't think. Not sure. Don't think she has. I've seen her on Dark. I feel like she's had one match on Dynamite. Oh, no, sorry. That was Red Velvet, not Jade Cargill. Yeah, this is the first match. Why is Billy Gunn's son hitting him with a chair? What you doing? Oh, Shaq is now destroying the AEW roster. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Of course, QT Marshall is in there with Shaq. Okay, so I mean they're putting over Shaq as a big deal, so they're really sort of building him up to something else, aren't they? Who's doing the Fastlane predictions? Because if no one is, I could do it. Nice one, Futuristic. Yeah, absolutely. Of course you can, man. Your name was on the list to join us, so you can absolutely do it. Jeff Adams, yeah, if they wanted to do some intergender wrestling with Jade and Cody during this match, it would work given Jade's size. Absolutely. And AEW haven't veered away from intergender wrestling in the past. We have obviously seen Cody and Ryo versus Io Shirai and Kip Sabian on Dynamite quite a while ago. Why would I stick around and watch the rest of AEW after this match? Interesting question, Scott. I'm surprised it's on first. I thought this would be the build-up throughout the night, but I suppose the other thing is, Scott, whilst this is sort of a big event for TNT, it's not necessarily a big event for wrestling fans. It's a Shaq match. So I think there's part of that as well. I think it's partly knowing that we're actually on the build to Revolution and there's actually some bigger stories to tell in the build to that as opposed to ending Dynamite on the end of a story. Does that make sense? Found the stream at last second to get everything sorted, and my TNT stream mod do the social media, then sort out Father's Day. Jack, you are a busy dude. Thank you, Dan. I've got you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing none other than Dan Reed from Pro Wrestling Need. How are you doing, love?
I'm hassling you on a Wednesday night. That's what I'm doing.
Hassling me is perfect.
I was just like, I wasn't going to watch tonight's show, and I was just like, you know what? It's pretty massive, actually. I should really watch it.
It is, man. Especially and it's great to have you here because you've done watch-alongs of all of the women's tournament, which I haven't been able to sort of follow, but we've got that match coming tonight, and that's really exciting, I think.
Yeah. To be honest with you, that was the main reason behind doing this tonight is because of the Ryo Mizunami Nyla Rose match, and I'm really excited to see. I'm surprised they're opening with this, but it makes the most logical sense. What do we know what the main event is for tonight's show then?
We don't know. We don't.
That's interesting.
Let's have a little look at the card.
She's taken forever setting this table up. Jesus, come on.
Yeah, not as long as Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville at SummerSlam. I tell you now.
I don't even remember that. So obviously I've scarred my memory, or I possibly didn't watch SummerSlam.
Maybe so.
It's possible that that's the case.
Highlights on YouTube. Why Shaq doesn't have any wrestling gear on? Is he even taking this seriously? Yeah, I mean, he could have something, though. I see what Jamel's saying.
The thing is, it's like he's a basketball star. He's wearing something a little bit more akin to that look.
Right. Maybe so. QT Marshall is out there clearly directing what Shaq's doing, let's be perfectly honest. This is
yeah, right, probably, yeah.
This is Pat Patterson in the WrestleMania 1 main event.
Yeah, you're right. That is such a great analogy. Such a great point.
You know, telling Mr. T what to do.
Jade Cargill was doing all of the Red Velvet was doing all of Jade stuff for her, putting her all in the positions that she needs to be.
Yeah. It's interesting. Jade it's hard, isn't it? Because she's come in as such a name, and they've given her such a build. But the issue is they can't have any dark matches. They can't, without being on dark, which they don't want to do. But they can't just put her in front of a house show, you know?
Yeah.
Difficult time.
I mean, saying that, but they're training constantly, but there's a difference, you know.
Massive difference, yeah. Yeah, not that I know, but I assume you know more about that than me. That is for sure. Alfie Big Mac can't get to sleep. Well, thank you for joining us, my dude. Hope you're having a great day, mate. Jade Cargill is really jacked. She's probably the most muscly woman on AEW. Wouldn't mess with her. Scary.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, there's no. Oh, here we go.
That was pretty cool.
If you're gonna have a big dude do a move, that's the move to have them do.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, it's a simple move to do that looks like it's actually way more.
The funny thing is, Cody then does a slam on Shaq and it looks crap.
Well, part of the issue with this is it didn't look really like Shaq really posted off of him.
No.
And we don't know the situation with like that torn rotator cuff because that's going to impact him as well.
Yeah.
Like,
big fight feel here,
slam
Dan.
Is it's actually the person going up that's doing like a good half of that work. If
yeah,
not
of course,
more.
yeah. Especially with someone like Shaq who must weigh out the way of the camera, Shaq.
He's going through that table, isn't he?
Oh, is he setting up for the table? Bless him.
Yeah, look at his positioning.
QT's there going, just go stand in front of the table. And Tony Khan's in the back going, don't stand in front of the camera.
If he's not going through, he's moved back.
Buster.
So maybe he's not going through that down table and he's just out of position, or his timing was a little bit off. Like you're not ready to go through it yet.
Oh, he's moving now. He's afraid to edge. That was nice. Jade Cargill doing the 4 horsemen sign after the spinebuster to Arn. Cody taking shots around the table.
We go. There it is.
Oh, and they're having a little conversation on the floor, checking he's all right.
Yeah.
Cargill can't lose here, surely.
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's a bad result in this match, to be honest with you.
Probably not.
Because it's all about getting that media attention regardless. Oh, shit.
They really didn't show us I thought that was going to be the finish to the match, and I was going to be real pissed off there.
You know what? Like, little did we know, we were so obsessed with AEW signing Paul Wight that we didn't realise they'd signed the same editor from Edge's return at the Royal Rumble. Like, we had no clue. We were distracted. And we got to relive that moment, albeit with Jade Cargill and Red Velvet. Oh, good. Well done, you two. Oh.
On the shoulders. No, pushing her off. Oh, Jim Ross, come on. Yeah, I think he just said someone just came up the back door.
This is going to be the finish now.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, job. that had a bloody big match feel as well, Dan.
It really did, didn't it? It really, really did. Well done. Well done, everyone. Everyone that had anything to do with that match. And the thing is Jade's the one that comes out looking like a superstar. From all the media attention, everything's going to be pointed towards her. And Red Velvet to a slightly lesser extent, because Jade Cargill has just a superstar look. You know, you don't get people like Jade Cargill, regardless of gender, like that frequently, you know.
No, but absolutely.
She's got that special look.
Yeah,
and, you know what? I don't know how many times they rehearsed or went through it, but it doesn't matter.
It worked. It worked. Hey, look, Macho and Ricky Steamboat worked on that match over and over again, and guess what? It's one of the best of all time. You know,
that was a Savage trait, and people talk about Randy Savage as being one of the greatest of all time. DDP was another one.
Yeah.
And people don't realize this, but Japan's the same. I know that might annoy people saying that, but it's true.
There we go.
Like they have their little notebooks and they write down their matches and
or Bret Hart and Bulldog in '93, where Bulldog just forgets everything because he's.
Well, that's brilliant of calling it in the ring and having a general like Bret. You know?
Bret is awesome. I'm gonna go through some comments.
Sorry, just this freaking quarter hour. Like, I bet you they wish they could have stretched this match out a bit longer though.
I was happy with it.
No. I mean, from a ratings perspective, I bet you they wish they could have stretched this out a bit more.
But like we said, Dan, they could have had it as main event. I think they've got something planned in the build to Revolution that's more important. And actually, that was like the main event of the last show. But keep watching, and you'll see what that build is. You know what I mean?
Well, the whole hope here is going to be that the people that tuned in for the first match were so entertained by what they saw that they're going to stick with it. The people that tuned in that had never seen AEW before, that tuned in and checked this out, are so enamored by the fact that AEW has got stars that look like Jade Cargill and action like we saw. Like, because you don't see like that kind of match, especially as an opener on any WWE programming. Don't care whether it's NXT, Raw, SmackDown. You don't get that. And you certainly don't get that feel.
No,
like
that was main event, man. That was pay-per-view level quality, and I wasn't looking forward to that at all. Cool. Mia Holden says, I watched a tiny bit of Eve before the show. It was good from the bits I saw. That's awesome, Mia. Go subscribe to Eve and turn on your notifications because Dan does a lot of work on it, man, and Eve's outstanding. It's the guaranteed good wrestling show of the week.
That it is.
And there we go. Jack says, Alfie, have a whiskey. Ivan, the Gimme a Hell Yeah arena is awesome. We all want to fight in that. And Alfie says, I'm underage. Don't drink whiskey, Alfie, unless your parents
Don't
let you.
talk about whiskey. What I'd give for a whiskey right now.
I might crack out the rum on Saturday. It might be a piss stream, so look forward to that.
Oh, do you know, that rum's my drink. That's...
Rum's magic, man. Dark rum.
Yeah.
I got a better reaction than The Miz winning the WWE Championship. Yes, you did, Jeremy. That's because no one was excited by The Miz winning the WWE Championship.
No.
We'll do our own.
Here comes the replay.
And it's
this
good.
Is what's going to be on Sports Center and everything on ESPN.
Red Velvet with a beautiful spear. That was the spear that we missed.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Yeah. I meant to shoot my new video today. Cool. Calpol then, Alfie. Don't drink Calpol either. It's not good to encourage people to drink paracetamol.
My God, they're doing a stretcher job for Shaq.
No way. Wow. Good for him. Putting it over, man. Nice. I like Fastlane. It's one of my favourite pay-per-views. Nice, futuristic. Why is this starting the show? It should be main event to keep the casuals interested, but whatever. Khan's a businessman, so I thought this would be main event.
Ratings. It's that opening. You want that opening segment because you want it there because that's where, especially at that time. I mean, what's that? 8 p.m.
Yeah,
8 p.m. Massive prime time opportunity. Get that, and the hope is that everyone will stick with it.
And not only that, Dan, we're seeing it now. Shaq has disappeared from the ambulance, so there's a story. There's something that's happening. Is Shaq going to be the mystery man in the ladder match?
No, no.
Well, because Cody's in it, isn't he? Could he be the mystery man that takes out Cody?
I mean, that an angle, yeah, but he's not going to be in a ladder match, and that isn't going to happen.
We will see. I can't wait to talk about Revolution Women. No hassle. Let's get through some comments as we get Pac and Rey Fenix coming out. Jack, if you need a hand with any social media, I don't mind giving you a hand, dude. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you, Danny. It was mainly getting it all done fast. Alfie, don't drink that whiskey. We don't encourage underage drinking here in Gimme a Hell Yeah. Thanks, Jeremy. Tables, yeah, says Jade. Nice powerbomb by Shaq. It was great. That's all it needed to be. I can help with any aspect of it if you want a little break at a time or just both keep our eye on it. That's awesome, man. I've never seen WrestleMania 1. Earliest I saw was WrestleMania 3. It's worth a watch. Who are they?
It's worth a watch purely from like a historic.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible, but like by today's days, but it's still worth watching.
Yeah, I agree. So these just two jobbers at Pac's. I mean, Pac hasn't been here for a while, has he?
No. Did they actually get an introduction? I missed their name if they did.
I missed the name, man.
Because I tell you what, even the youngsters that they have in AEW are usually incredibly talented.
Oh, absolutely. Legit powerbomb. He moves better than Great Khali. Agreed, Jeremy. I thought you did. Dan, this might be better for another time, but what did you make of the budget today, ESP, from the creative point of view?
Do you know what? I didn't really watch it. I've been editing all day. I had part of it on in the background, but it'll be something that I'll look at tonight before bed. That's a good finish.
Quick one.
Good extent. Yeah, did the job.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they stuck them on. They got some, quick high-flying moves in there afterwards. Made a point of them. So this is the first thing that people have seen. There's some familiarity.
Yeah, and I think also showing, here's some wonderful little performers in Phoenix. I mean, he always looks great in the ring, and that shows people what AEW have, who he knew because of the Shaq thing. Shaq so big, hope Jade does okay in her face. Wait, see if she wins. Yeah, I thought she did really good. Well, yeah, the one that was okay, I guess. Jake, it was fun to watch. Did Jade win? Yay! Pay-per-view quality wouldn't mess with her. Jacked and scary. Pay-per-view quality match. Says Jack. I agree. Decent match, really good. Shaq versus Big Show could be okay. Exactly. I wouldn't be averse to that all of a sudden.
I mean, I wouldn't be. It's all about how you structure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how much time you give.
Joey says Shaq is 48, looking real good considering he's 50. Absolutely. Will says, sounds like a good start to the show. Hope we get to see Big Show versus Shaq. Yeah, man.
That wasn't something that I was keen. I weren't keen so much on suddenly seeing the other ambulance angle so soon after seeing
the Young Bucks
ambulance angle.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of keeping people excited for what's happening with Shaq, and they did the thing where he disappeared.
They did, but what I mean is, we've just seen clips of the Bucks' dad going into an ambulance. Like, how many people go into an ambulance on this show? You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they'd have been better off actually going to Jericho straight after the Shaq match. I wonder how much Pac and Fenix in that match held. But you know what? It was such a quick match, and you're dealing with people with short attention spans that, that maybe that quick match was the right thing to go to.
Maybe so. God, his jacket's sexy.
I saw someone ask if I had proper 12. The answer is I haven't. No, I would like to. I really, really would like to.
Is that Conor McGregor?
Do you know what I'll do? I'll get it. I'll get the Conor McGregor's one for when him and Dustin Poirier 3 happens.
There we go.
Which will probably be like June, July, I would imagine.
Jeff says, absolutely, Joey, one of the better celebrity matches I've seen. In terms of ring work, I mean, it was fine. I thought, what's his name from Arrow did a real good job, Dan.
Yeah, Stephen
Amell.
Stephen Amell.
Yeah, I thought he did it. Like, in terms of a match, that was brilliant. But yeah, it was fun. It was well booked for what it was. I assume QT's produced that.
I don't. I mean, no. I would imagine that Cody put it together with, and QT was there to do his role. Do you know what I mean? And that's not a disrespectful thing. That's it's a very respectful thing of QT to be put in that position.
Absolutely.
Joey... I mean, honestly, that was better than. I mean, the thing is, it's all down to the structure and pacing of the matches. I really remember enjoying Floyd Mayweather and The Big Show.
Right.
When that happened. Now, I haven't seen it back. I have no interest in seeing it back. But it's about that spectacle, and it's about that feeling, about it being special. That match, do you know what? We've been going into this, and the build has felt really flat for one reason or the other.
Yeah.
But the match still felt like a big freaking deal. It just kind of makes you wish, oh man, imagine if we'd have had more of a build for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I had trouble sleeping Tuesday morning. Raw really helped. I'm pleased to hear that, Jack. I heard it was freaking awful this week. Shaq can't fit in the ambulance. No, man, he was a big dude for an ambulance. Dan, have you tried the proper 12 comment you've said about that? Hilarious is too tall. Did Bobby get pyro for getting the strap?
Pardon?
Sorry, did Bobby get pyro for getting the strap? Bobby
it.
Lashley.
I only saw a 30-second clip. I didn't actually watch. I tried to watch Raw. I actually popped onto the stream with Dom.
Yeah, man, I saw you.
I gave it. I don't know how long I last. My brain doesn't even seem to want me to try and recall it. I just remember that I didn't last particularly long before I just went, I'm out. Can't be dealing with this.
It's so frustrating because the performers are so good, Dan, and just not.
Yeah. Roster's incredible.
Roster is phenomenal. Jade, trained by Heath Slater, helps if you get a good coach. Experienced and underrated by WWE. Heath Slater is on Impact now, along with Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. A really good show, absolutely. And if you enjoy Impact, I did an interview with Tasha Steele and Kiera Hogan, which has just come out on the channel in the last few days. We had a good chat about Mario Kart.
Always good.
It was funny because I always try, especially with tag teams, like what's going to break you up. It turns out Mario Kart is the answer for them ladies.
That's fantastic.
Danny Hargreaves, it's a decent whiskey in my opinion. Not the best, not the worst. I'll get it for Connor fights sometimes, or if someone buys it for me, most times I'm going to get it myself. Nice, man.
How much? Someone let us know how much it costs. I'll be interested to see what because you're saying that it's not the best, not the worst. So I'll be interested to know how it like compares to like a Dull Winnie.
There we go.
Or something along those lines.
Dasha Fuentes, a very underused performer. Oh, they forgot to turn the microphone on Harry Potter.
I know. Oh, this is not what they...
Oh, we can't be affording messes like that right now.
No.
It was a squash match. Speaking of Impact, WWE need to sign Moose like yesterday. Yes. Yeah, Moose is very talented.
People are going to really kick off about that moment. I bet you that's all that Twitter is doing right now.
Yeah. Especially coming off a break, Dan. There's no reason to not test shit like that.
Well, it's just a thing in general when you're a multi-million-dollar company and you're on TNT, but at the same time, I don't want to try and, do you know what I mean? Like, it happens. It's just some things seem to be a bit more like they seem to have tech issues.
Yeah,
a bit frequently.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, like,
Dan, if it happened on your show, you'd be going fuming, wouldn't you?
Oh, it has happened on my shows, and I am fuming.
I know, yeah.
When it happens, absolutely.
Speaking of Impact, did you hear about the NXT tapping out and saying I quit? Yes, they're going to Tuesdays. I don't know if it's them saying I quit or just this to do. Oh, it's Conrad from Grilling JR.
I like the fact that you even did that.
Not from Ask on Anything or Something to Wrestle or
no.
Do you listen to any of them, Dan?
I've only heard some episodes of Grilling JR.
Right.
I haven't heard any of the others.
I'm a big fan of the Arn one at the minute. I think he's great.
What was the other one? The Arn... Is Arn Anderson, did you say?
Yeah.
I didn't know he even had one until...
Yeah.
Is it like... I remember getting Arn Anderson's autobiography, or was it the Shooting of You? Maybe it was both. Yeah, I had both. And he did the whole thing in kayfabe.
Really? Wow.
And
nice.
It's just like, oh, man.
Jake, I'm normally a whiskey drinking guy, but I quite enjoyed sipping that when watching Raw. I bet, man. Why so many tag matches? NXT barely does that, and that's a big difference for AEW and NXT. Yes, agreed. But also, AEW has a wonderful tag division.
It does.
I don't know if the Shaq thing would work in a one-on-one match. No, not from the work we saw, but that's why it was perfect for the tag match.
It's about spots.
Yeah.
They just needed it to be in the right spots, the tag match. And that's the difference between like a Big Show Shaq match is you've either got to have a load of outside interference and distraction moments to get around the spots, or it's got to be a tag match. That was the best usage of Shaq, because I know he did stuff with WWE, but I don't remember any of it.
I think he was just in a battle royale, wasn't he?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I just remember him and Big Show was going to happen, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't, and Shaq was going to wrestle, and then he wasn't, and that's all I remember from Shaq in WWE.
Adil, that's not the case. NXT did not tap out. They were forced to go because a different show is taking that time slot.
Yeah, it's something to do with the sports that are coming in on a Wednesday night, I believe.
But the issue is, Dan, if NXT was doing wonderful numbers, then the network wouldn't even have them spots. You know what I mean?
Well, it went on to a Wednesday night initially, didn't it? You know, so
yeah.
But I don't know the full details with regards to it. But you know, regardless, whatever the reason is, it's good for them. I can't remember what the show is. I don't know how much. It depends on what that show is that takes its place as to whether or not it takes a bite out of AEW. But the pressure is going to be on both of them to get their numbers higher now.
Yep. Eric Bischoff with this constant sort of little feud with Jericho that I'm really enjoying.
Yeah.
That's another guy that does a podcast with Conrad Thompson, Dan?
Yeah, I have actually listened to that, and he does my head in because there's a load of stuff that Bischoff says. And I really loved his book, by the way. I thought his Controversy Creates Catch book was outstanding. It's actually one of the little, it deserves more attention.
Right.
Sorry, I missed his question. What was his question?
I missed it, sorry. Oh, so do you know about the condition of Papa Buck?
Okay.
Dragging on a bit,
but
isn't
yeah,
it?
I've listened to, yeah, it really is. I wouldn't have stuck this on this early, but again, they're the ones with the quarterly breakdowns, not us. But yeah, I found Bischoff's one because he blatantly distorts the truth and, dare I say, lies about certain things.
Right.
And I find some of the things he says about Meltzer to be really like, he just seems like he's got a real chip on his shoulder about Dave Meltzer, and and the stuff that Meltzer has said about him has been provably factual. So
yeah, a lot of people have take issue with Meltzer. I think it's like a built-in from WWE thing.
I think it's a jealousy thing as well.
Right.
I think some people don't realize. Like, I think people think he's just a guy, just no different than like any other wrestling website. I don't think they realize his history, and like this was a guy that Vince actually used to go to for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like. There's a lot of stuff about Meltzer that people don't understand. That doesn't mean he's right all the time, or that you have to agree with him all the time. I think that's just a factor of the internet. People seem to want to have to agree with someone all the time, or that person's a Nazi.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's the same on these shows, it is just our opinion. We've had people in chat that didn't enjoy that first match, and that's fine.
Thank you, Danny. I'll just send you a message. You sent me a link to the whiskey on Discord.
Nice. Jake Alden, you know what? You got me when Pat faced Arda. The part where he jumped off the top of the cage and landed on him. I thought he was going to get hurt but I'm so glad he didn't. Awful. Sorry, say again.
Who was that? Pat and who?
I assume it was Pat. I assume it was the War Games match. It'll be Adam.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he did a great job, but like, I actually preferred that because at the end of the day, the Shaq match, personally, because it felt bigger.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I loved Rock and Hogan from WrestleMania 18. Do you know what I mean? Like, that match, Rock and Hogan was, and it's because it had the feeling. That match had the feeling of a big time match. But that Pat McAfee, he's outstanding. But the funny thing is, he's probably the best promo guy in all the WWE.
That's what I was saying. In terms of in ring, like, it's hard to say what he can do because he's worked with absolute geniuses in the ring. But he's a
great athlete.
Yeah, a great athlete. Yeah, absolutely. But someone was talking about him coming to AEW earlier, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah, it sort of brings exposure to him, doesn't it? And he's a big name outside of wrestling.
Shaq's a way bigger name than Pat McAfee.
Absolutely.
And Pat McAfee is a big name, but Shaq's got lineage.
And don't forget, Tyson's hanging around AEW as well, so that'll happen at some point.
What? Yeah, it's been a long while though, hasn't it?
It has. Jack says you lasted 18 minutes, damn, which is a lot longer than Jeremy lasted on his wedding night. Hey!
18 was that?
80. 80.
I did not last 80 minutes. There's no way I lasted over an hour of Raw.
Yeah. Super kicks to Jericho and MJF. The reason is because AEW has better tag teams and can deliver. Yeah, Futuristic, I thought it was going to be awful, but he seemed like a wrestler and there did not botch or get hurt. I was worried for his safety as well as when he went for that dive. Dan,
they made him look great.
Yeah, I thought so. I have to disagree with you, Adil, but I like your opinion. Awesome. Interesting that they had a rep from a Barstool there. Some people don't like that site, but that's good exposure. I missed that.
Barstool Sports was the first person whose mic didn't work.
Oh, right, okay. It's probably paid advertising then. Is that right?
Doubt it was paid advertising, but it was probably more the lines of get exposure.
Right. Yeah, man. Hopefully you get to see Pat versus Cody or Archer versus Pat. Pat versus Cody would work great. Yeah.
I doubt we're going to see Pat go to.
No, I don't think so. I think that the whole thing's a work in WWE. Well, they've done it before with Pat McAfee, with Adam Cole freaking out on his show and stuff. It's all a work. So they're setting up Ortiz, the Good Brothers, Nick going to the top.
Want to make?
Oh, stereo dives. Is Nick all right?
Nick was the one that got hurt last time they did that dive off of something.
I thought it was Matt just before Canadian Stampede.
Oh, maybe
not
Matt.
Canadian Stampede.
I know what you meant though, but well done for Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede, thank you.
Yeah, but
love
well
Canadian
done
Stampede.
for even remembering Canadian Stampede, one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time.
Minute for minute, the best pay-per-view, definitely.
Yeah.
And we watched that on the channel with the Wrestle Story, so please do check that out. They just mentioned The Rock. AEW beat NXT 68-1, by the way, I think. NXT only won 1 week, so it's going to be amazing for wrestling fans to get to watch both. I agree. And I think AEW will constantly get the million and NXT will get 800K. I hope so. I really hope so.
AEW really not being opposite NXT need to hit that million.
It's big.
I would say
big time for him.
What a hope of yours. Hey, they got it, Sushi. They got my boy. Atsushi Onita, the originator of the exploding barbed wire and time bomb death matches. That is the guy who I've possibly told this story before, but after I did the Kota Ibushi fireworks match, he had his people reach out to me to ask if I would be up for doing an exploding ring match here in the UK. He was
really?
He was like, I want to do an exploding ring match in the UK, and I was just like, it's different laws here, man. Like, and I just couldn't make, and it needed to happen in London from my perspective as a promoter, because if I found it anywhere else, it just weren't going to work because people won't travel, because that's how people are.
Yeah.
It needs to be in a city, and I could not find anywhere in London where I could get like council, police, and also, do you know what I mean? Like those kind of licenses things.
Yeah.
Approvals. I did manage to find somewhere, but it was outside of London and people just weren't going to travel.
Oh,
that's
man.
just not how it works. So,
man.
Dude. But yeah.
Dan, I wanted to talk about this. I've wanted to talk about this for a while. There is going to be New Japan interference in that match, 100%.
Do you think?
Yeah. Based on the stipulation.
What was the stipulation of
sorry, go on.
What, the exploding barbed wire match?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Whether it's
what was the result of Kenta and Moxley on NJPW Strong last week?
Oh, I don't know, you know. So maybe someone in chat can tell us.
Look at Tully. Yeah, boy.
Nice.
And he's got JJ Dillon with him. Oh my God. This is beautiful.
They've really gone all out tonight. Let's bash through some ratings.
It's a weird one because it's like if you've got a load of first-time viewers watching, all of a sudden they've got a 66-year-old guy getting into the ring. That's what look is that. That's an interesting one.
It's Conrad. I hate Steven Singer. MJF is amazing. You disgusting pause. Classic. MJF is amazing. Let us know how that, because we were sort of chatting. How was that promo? How did it feel to you guys? Let us know. I love the JR one, but my intro is my vision of hell. Shaq, I was WWE physically only at Greatest Royal Rumble. There we go. Jack, he was at Mania 32 for the Battle Royale. Thank you. That's the one he was. Dan, I've sent a link of the whiskey on Discord. Oh, yeah, that's right, Jake. I'm back. I'm back! I'm better than ever. I don't think
you are. That's good. That's good. That's the important part.
I don't think I can overstate Meltzer's importance without sounding stupid. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Dan about Pat. He's great on the mic and ring. Outstanding talent he is. I actually think Meltzer is really smart. Sometimes I disagree, but we all disagree with each other on certain things. He's not my favorite by any means, but I think that he's decent. And that's what I love about the whole year community. Like, you guys respect that actually at times we're going to disagree and we can have a conversation about it.
One of my best mates voted Brexit and is a big conservative, and that's the exact opposite of me.
There we go.
I'm not a big believer in having any long-term loyalty to any political party, because the people change in the party and their views change, and do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
but please, no one think that was me.
That's
sorry.
just how it is, isn't it?
It is, yeah, of course it is, yeah, absolutely. What's planned for Darby and Sting tonight? No idea.
I heard a rumor.
Ooh.
There's going to be much pointing, and
with baseball bats.
Potentially so. Much pointing, many words. That's about it as far as
probably. Next week on NXT, Toni Storm versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's title. Oh, nice. That'd be great.
Change the belt. Please change the belt.
Toni Storm is amazing.
I love Io, but change the time. The time has come.
Mm-hmm. They won't do it. They won't do it. No chance. Not before WrestleMania, dude. They'll do it at that takeover that's on the Thursday before WrestleMania.
That's fine. Just do it. Just freaking do it, though. Just get it onto Tony.
Yeah. Whether they do it with Tony or not, I don't know. It'll be whatever the build is for Mania. I don't think it'll be Tony, unfortunately.
What's their biggest match they could do? I'm surprised they're doing Tony and Io now, because I would argue that's the biggest match they can do on NXT.
Well, Rhea's gone, hasn't she? Candice seems to have a lot of heat. Do that again.
Yeah, as long as we get a singles match and not a freaking triple threat or a four-way.
I don't know, dude. I think it could be. I think it could be like Io versus Candice and Shotzi, something like that.
Oy.
Yeah, and maybe Tony in there as well. I don't know. Good to see Omega's Blacksmith apprenticeship is coming along well. He's working really hard. He is working really hard. Looking forward to NXT Tuesdays and AEW. We'd so much wrestling as there isn't there. Pat McAfee is a great wrestler and amazing at promos. So good. He's a really nice guy. Listen to his show about American football. I'm not into American football, so I quite enjoy watching it at times, but I'm not into it enough to watch a podcast about it, I don't think.
After he did the first match he was in,
yeah,
he I actually, by chance, it was one of those YouTube suggested that, watching his video, and he was live streaming at the time.
Yeah.
So I put it on, and it was constantly talking about wrestling, and you could see in the chat a lot of the football fans were getting really pissed off that he was chatting wrestling, and all these people were chatting wrestling and messaging him about wrestling, and he was doing it in character as well when he was talking about it.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Tully.
Come on, Tully. Beating up Marko Stunt. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, that's a good way to use.
Well, Marko's the right person, isn't he? Because Marko is who he can actually. You believe, even at his age, that he can maneuver Marko Stunt around.
Yeah, absolutely. Mox One said Scott. There we go, dude. Wow.
Okay, so
wow.
So there's evidently something going to happen longer down that route.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. The thing about New Japan still is it's the 2-week quarantine.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like the stipulation is so Japanese orientated that there's going to be something.
But not New Japan. New Japan is the exact opposite.
Yeah, I suppose.
Of barbed wire. Like, that is FMW, IWA.
Okay.
That is the Wing. If there are any hardcore Japanese wrestling fans, in the chat that remember Wing, it is, and they actually did one in Michinoku Pro, Great Sasuke, because he's an absolute nutter.
Yes, the Great Sasuke was great.
And part of the Canadian Stampede pay-per-view that you referenced earlier.
Yes, he was against Taka Michinoku, which again was a brilliant match. Light Train
designed to get Sasuke over, but the exact opposite happened.
Yeah. Oh well, I think everyone on that card come out great. NXT is absolutely stacked next week, Scott. What a show! My ex was a huge Brexit and Johnson supporter, still is probably. Yeah, that's cool. Everyone's into something different. I think Dolph Ziggler's brother's on AEW now. Is it Dark he's on? Yeah, probably. He's had a couple of matches on AEW. He did all right in the ring.
He was on last week, actually, wasn't
he? Yes. He had the match with Moxley, and then I can't remember what he did last week.
Was that not last week, the match with Moxley?
No, I feel that... maybe it was. Yes, it was the opener, wasn't it? He had a match before that, though. Oh, was it?
Oh.
Using the shoe.
All the throwbacks.
Yeah,
all
man.
The throwbacks. If you're an old school guy like myself, this is beautiful.
Well, that's one of the things that make FTR so appealing, and they must be loving this right now, man.
Oh God, yeah. The point, and you know, just there's everyone's going to be backstage watching this and popping.
And ultimately, this is how you use legends. They've put these people with FTR because FTR are the new version of them.
Oh my God, he's running.
He's having so much fun, isn't he?
And they also look at his gear. They're not humiliating, embarrassing him with his gear. No way WWE would do anything like that. They would make it a big joke. Look at him. What's he doing there? Look at what he's wearing.
Yeah.
He's so out of shape and so old. What are they getting? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just complete and total devalue. Ooh. Oh, what a bump.
Yeah, man. Oh, ripping up. Oh, is he going into the concrete? Oh, dear. Ouchies.
Ugh. You know, they've got that bracket up advertising Ryo Mizunami and Nyla Rose coming up, which is an interesting match because obviously their look, you know, is very different to the commercial look of women's wrestling.
Yep.
Or traditionally from a major company. I hope, number one, that they give Mizunami some sort of profile piece and make a big deal about her. I really hope.
I think she's winning.
Because what I don't want them doing is them saying, you know, women that look this way don't draw. Japanese people don't draw, you know, or, you know, they can't really say that because of Riho and Hikaru anyway, but I just don't want them, I just don't want anyone to have any excuses, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think she's winning. I think it makes no sense to do now. We'll talk about that in a bit, though, when it comes on. Interesting rumor. Lol, I think they're doing 10 minutes of promo. Nice. Jack, I'm not sure how anyone can even support Boris unless he is useless, giving conflicting advice, speaking a load of nonsense. Even my conservative friends have give in with him.
Yeah, look, most of my Tory mates have as well.
Yeah,
I say most of mine. I think I've got two. So one of them has.
Yeah. There you go. That's 50% though, dude.
That's 50%. Possibly 3, and in which case 2, which will make it a majority.
Tully's old man strength is going to be the X factor in this match. You know,
old man strength is a big thing.
I've not been annoyed by Tully in this match at all. They've used him really smartly. And they've all got the same boots on, dude. They've all got the 2-star boots on.
Beautiful. That's the details.
Come on, Tully. Tully should be kept safe. Yeah, he is. But I've not felt like he's been in danger at any point. Other NFL fans on forums is not here as such conservative and only Trump scumbags. Old man power. Oh, Crazy J. Kenny Weld on the UFC fighter. Well, Jack, we are Trump scumbags also, to be fair. Yo, long time no speak. Tommy Steele Vlogs, welcome. How are you doing, my dude? Thank you so much for joining us. Wing, that was a Paul McCartney band, post-Beatles. Yes, it was.
Yeah, but not the same one.
No. Versus Hangman. Tommy, it's you. How could we forget you? We couldn't forget Tommy. Futuristic Dana White, UFC president, said he was emotional because he can't train the way he was because he is still having issues. But Chimever says he's done, so the UFC fighter could just be upset. Dan?
Sorry, I was writing wing spelled like this crazy shit in the chat. So I missed what you just said. Apologies. What was that?
Dana White said he was emotional because he can't train the way he was because he's still having issues. Oh, is this about
Khamzat Chimaev?
Yeah, Khamzat Chimaev still says he is done, so the UFC fighter could just be upset.
Yeah, he's him and also the sports minister for the country that Wicked Slam there, for the country that Khamzat is from, have both denied his retirement, saying that it's because he's depressed. As basically he was the talk of the town, was Khamzat Chimaev, incredibly charismatic and exciting. Like, he was ending fights and big and accomplished opponents within seconds.
Wow!
And when you've got that charisma, you know, like that's a big type of deal. You know, he was Goldberging people. That's basically what Khamzat Chimaev does, but in real fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now they were rushing him to some big fights, and then he caught COVID.
Oh man.
And he has been trying to train since then, and finding that his gas tank isn't what it was, and because COVID, as we know, does affect the lungs, and so there we go. That was perfectly safe,
Oh.
as one could be, because he was able to catch Marko because Marko's so small.
Yeah.
And he took his own bump.
Yeah. Wow. Good for him, man. Oh, Marko with that bump. Thanks, Dan, for covering the UFC part. Lucha again.
German. So
Double German.
We did this. You have to be so careful. Jordan Grace did this in Eve with Killer Kelly and either Katie Ray or Charlie Morgan.
Yeah, I remember watching that, actually.
And Kelly got a broken nose from it.
Man. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
His nose starts gushing everywhere.
Man. Will Rally Sport says, not sure if you watch NXT UK, guys. William Regal's son's now on there, which is nice, isn't it? Off topic from AEW, sorry. Also, Tully in a match. Wow. Love to see a spinebuster from Arn Anderson. Won't happen, though. Let's deal with the NXT UK part first.
Nice.
Dan has his own wrestling promotion. He owns Pro Wrestling Eve, or Riot Girls of Pro Wrestling, or whatever the branding is these days, Dan.
Just Eve, Riot Girls of Wrestling.
There we go. Eve, Riot Girls of Wrestling. So please check that out on YouTube. It is one of the best wrestling shows you will watch each week. We regularly do watch-alongs of it as well. Oh, mate, it's a cracking promotion. It's an all-female wrestling promotion in the UK. So Dan's worked with so many female wrestlers, from Toni Storm to all of the NXT UK girls. Kaylee Ray was a massive part of Eve. Ginny.
Well, Kaylee Ray versus Meiko Satomura, of course, we did that storyline first, but WWE's story is that match has never happened.
Yeah, there we go. So there won't be showing any footage from it.
It has, and it's on YouTube. We've got it on our YouTube channel. Great power and glory.
Wow.
Double team move there with the Powerplex Glory Splash. Deadlift German.
Oh, beautiful deadlift German.
This is absolutely great.
Oh.
The timing of this is so good. Marko's got to get his one up over Tully. I'm guessing he's... Oh, the split. Yeah, boy.
Go on, Tully.
Blanchard's the slingshot suplex, his finish.
Oh, and he's down to his knees, bless him. It's Lucha. No, what is he doing? What's he doing?
Everyone
don't take a choke slam.
He can't do it.
He got booted. He got booted in the face. People are booing that, Dan.
Well, it's because it's Tully and he just did the slingshot suplex. You just want to see Slutty do more of the slingshot suplexes. Nice detail there. They knew that he was and that's the reason why they didn't get the win, because that detail, the delay in the pinfall, because Jungle Boy was not the legal man. That is beautiful. Oh!
Who's that? Oh, and what happened there?
Did they pull someone over from the top, or is that a gimmick? No, it was a crew member. Or is it going to turn out to be someone?
It was a cameraman that did a...
No, it's going to turn out to be someone.
Well, of course
there
it is.
We go.
But it was a camera. But he was selling an awful lot after that cutter. And he's hitting someone else now. Who is this, Dan?
Don't know. Oh, here we go. The stuffed pole driver. That doesn't look good because they can't protect on the pole driver because you need the hips. But, whatever.
Tully Blanchard gets the win over Luchasaurus. Welcome to 2021, everyone.
I'm here all day for it because it's done totally different. Right? You just know, like, a load of people on Twitter are going to be going, AEW fans rip on WWE for having guys in their 40s. AEW just had Tully Blanchard beat Luchasaurus.
That was more entertaining than Goldberg and Drew.
Mate, they don't get it because it's not about what happens. It's not about who, it's about how.
Absolutely.
And it's about the context. Tully Blanchard isn't going to go on a big winning streak and main event a pay-per-view coming up, Oh,
it's just going to be Sean Spears, isn't it? Yeah.
Of course.
It
good.
Is, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it makes
He's
sense.
Great young talent. And they didn't bring him into these guys. Do it.
Yeah, I think it's building up the Four Horsemen now. Because they've talked about that for a long time. There we go. But who's going to be...
Oh, and there's Arn.
Okay, so Arn's going to come up with an opposing Four Horsemen, I think, Dan.
I'm here all day. I love this. This is beautiful because it's using legends to make new guys and establishing them in the same. You're literally giving them the rub. This is how you give people the rub and use legends.
Right.
Beautiful.
Second part of your question, Tully in a match. Wow, I'd love to see a spinebuster from Arn Anderson. We've seen it a few times actually. It has happened on AEW. It happened to MJF for sure, and in a more recent match as well.
So they're going to introduce the Big Show now. Paul Wight. What was that there? Jeremy Stanley. Dan, have you worked with Sasha Banks? No, she's one of the few I haven't. She was Mercedes KV when she was on the independent scene. No, she actually had a bit of heat, actually, because of the name Mercedes, even though I think that might actually be her shoot name. I don't know for sure. But there was a number of people that wouldn't use her because they were like, Mercedes Martinez is out there already, and you should really have your own brand name.
Right.
So I remember Dave Prazak as Shimmer writing that actually on the Shimmer board.
Right.
Hey, the Big Show, Paul Wight, there.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of the No More BS t-shirt, I'll be honest.
No more Big Show.
Well, yeah, all bullshit, I guess, is the play. But come on.
That's the play, but the cover up is
yeah. Cool. I think I'm gonna have to cut a couple of your comments out, dudes, because I'm sort of a little bit behind. Let me just.
No, we can get through this.
We can get through. Yeah, we'll watch this interview because I'm quite interested. Plug in Elevation while people are watching.
Good. And even ripping into the fact that he has turned that many times.
But no one did see this turn coming, I think. That was the big thing about Big Show. Nobody expected him to be in AEW.
No, I never saw it coming.
No, just WWE lifer.
Hey, Ryan Butters, thanks for joining.
Hey, man, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Ivan's joined us. Ivan, I showed off your arena at the start of the stream as well, dude.
Big thank you to the 16 people for joining us tonight.
You all rock. If you could hit that like button, it really helps us out. And please check out Eve Riot Girls of Wrestling. It is in the chat. Go subscribe to it and come and join us for a watch along one week. What do you think he's going to be like as a color commentator, Dan?
It's interesting. I remember him doing an interview and him saying that he would sometimes get in trouble because people would misunderstand what he's saying because he always talks like he's got a mouthful of spit.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to then see him going on and do this. And I get that because I actually get a bit similar when talking as well. So it's not easy. It's something you have to be aware of and you have to kind of control. But he knows how to get people over. I'm talking about like the mechanics there, which sounds, unless you've done it, you're not going to get it. You probably think that I'm just whinging that it's very difficult to talk, and it's not.
No, it makes sense, man.
But he knows what he's doing, and I'm looking forward to just hearing it and just the idea of his name potentially open up further avenues. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you're dealing with television networks and media and sponsorships, they want names they know and names they can recognize, and certain people open doors. So, if you've got Big Show on your books, do you know what Big Show will also do? Help raise the value of AEW when their contract comes up for renewal with TNT, because more stars, more celebs, they're getting Ryo Mizunami over. Good.
You've really enjoyed this women's tournament, like really enjoyed it, haven't
phenomenal.
You? Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I'll be honest, obviously, I've got a bias because I've worked, pretty much everyone in the tournament has worked for me, and I've got a personal relationship with. So, I will readily admit I have a bias there, but I do believe that I am able to put that bias aside and just call it for what it is. And the tournament was tremendous. It was what one would expect if you allow them to do it. There were several things that are a bit different. There were a couple of matches that were more Western structured,
right,
than I would anticipate,
from
or than I anticipated. But
girls, yeah.
And remember how I said a couple of weeks back, I don't know if you joined us for or not, but I made the point. Actually, no, it was on AEW with Britt Baker and Nyla Rose.
Mm-hmm. When she was face.
And I made a point how Vicky Guerrero wasn't there.
And I said later on, I can't remember who said it, and I said, next week, Vicky Guerrero will be with Nyla Rose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the story and the structure of the match, even though it was heel v heel, was to make sure you understood that Britt was the cowardly heel, and you wanted to see the big badass get a hold of her.
Yeah.
And in order to make sure that she was the big badass, you had to make sure that she was, had the numbers game against her. Hence why Reba was there. So now we're back to Ryo Mizunami is the underdog, and Nyla Rose is back to being in her position of being a big villain. Right. Here we go.
Ryo Mizunami.
Here we go.
First entrance on Dynamite. Obviously part of the very first AEW pay-per-view as well.
Yep, in that trios match.
She was, yep. The female Okada, as a lot of people compare her to. It's not a bad comparison, is it, Dan?
She's not the female Okada, but yeah, sure.
If you was to be compared to anyone, Okada's not a bad person to be compared to.
No, not at all. Ryo Mizunami, phenomenal talent. When the first time I met Ryo Mizunami, it was in Japan, and it was at a Pro Wrestling Wave show, if I remember correctly. And the main thing that I took away from, number one, she was the first person, because I was suffering horribly with jet lag on that day. I spoke Rin Kadokura, who was also on that show, who was also in the AEW tournament, was on that show, and I have no memory of meeting her at all. And I met everyone that was on that show.
Yeah.
I actually hooked up with Hikaru Shida and you on that weekend as well, because Hikaru and I go way back, because she worked for me back in 2011.
Wow.
But Ryo Mizunami come out, and her look and her presence and her charisma instantly captivated my wife and I, instantly got our attention. And then she did this headbutt that scared the living daylights out of her, because normally people still, for some reason, slap the thigh on a headbutt. And if you've ever been headbutted, or you've ever headbutted someone, you know you do not get that sound.
No.
That is not the sound of a headbutt.
No.
You get a sick thud. Mm-hmm. And that's what we heard all around Korakuen Hall.
Oh.
We just heard this thud.
So let's see.
And I was just like, Jesus. So she's not someone that's, covering up for, or showing that she's not about the hard hitting, but it's about charisma. She's someone that's got all of those elements. Although I hate stiff headbutts.
So who's winning this then?
I'm going with Ryo Mizunami.
I'm going with Ryo.
From a booking perspective, number one, I don't think we need to see Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shida again. I don't feel Nyla Rose loses anything. I think she looked great throughout. Mm-hmm. I also don't see the purpose in bringing over Ryo Mizunami only to then have her lose to Nyla. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not appear. And also, you do not need to do Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose, which is one of the bigger, more notable matches on that pay-per-view, because that pay-per-view is stacked.
Stacked, absolutely.
Instead, you can focus on having a tremendous match, someone not so well known, but who you're doing a job of building against Hikaru Shida.
Agreed. Also, in terms of this is great.
She's really working that Western audience. She's adding extra, because this is not as much as she does in Japan. So she's adding those Western elements of what we call showing out.
Right. Okay.
To this.
To really get across a character.
Yeah. I would argue too much personally, but this match would have had an agent and a producer. And so they'd have gone through with what they wanted to do. Now, the risk there is, will they try to Americanize Ryo Mizunami more than needs be?
Interesting.
Because that's what would happen with WWE. They would try to Americanize it more than required.
So yeah, I think it makes complete sense for Nyla to lose this match. If you do Nyla and Hikaru Shida have a story, and doing that now makes no sense. It would be a quick way of telling that story, and that's something that WWE would do. Actually, if you're going to do that story, you can give it a few weeks build. You can build it to one of the special Dynamite shows or a pay-per-view if you want. Yeah. I don't think that needs to happen right now, and I think that two Japanese wrestlers going at it could be a wonderful thing for the pay-per-view, and great for Hikaru Shida as well, who obviously there's a language barrier as well when you Oh
no, Shida speaks perfect English.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh right, really?
Yeah.
Nyla.
She didn't know. She's learned it over the last. When I first worked with Hikaru, it was 2011, and she didn't back then.
Right.
But then when I over time she was learning that, and her can't say. But anyway, but the point is she was in a position to be learning more English on a regular basis with people she was around.
Okay, cool.
And when I met up with her in 2019 at that same show where I first met Ryo Mizunami, everything was English. Right. No, yeah. And she was just speaking English. She even had common slang and common. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, really? Right. A couple of comments quickly while we're watching this match. Sounds like Tully doing well. Not had a match for 20 years. It's good for him. Yeah, man. I mean, it's great for him. Perfect. Is this the beginning of the Four Horsemen they've been teasing? I think it's more than that, Jeff. I think it's the Four Horsemen, but I also think we're getting an opposing Four Horsemen. I think that was the purpose in Arn coming out. I think we're going to get a face Four Horsemen and a heel Four Horsemen.
I'm here all day for it.
I am, absolutely. Especially if they're getting everyone involved, So Paul Wight, one of the things that he said when he come out was about them bringing someone at Revolution or announcing a signing that's a Hall of Fame worthy signing or something like that, I believe. Don't know what that's about, but there we go.
Maybe. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Gets more people interested because it's Big Show saying it as well, which makes you think that it's a major name coming over from WWE.
Yep. Match of the night is going to be harder than dried up Weetabix. Mate, this has been a cracking show. Futuristic,
what's the main event of the show again?
Sorry, I was talking about tonight. I have no idea. I wrote it all in the description. What have we got left to go? Hangman Page and John Silver versus Matt Hardy and Mark McQueen.
That ain't okay. Well, so we don't know.
Dark Order's 10 and Max Caster in a ladder qualifier match.
We don't know what we're building for.
And Sting and Darby Allin to appear.
So I guess Sting and Darby Allin will be in the final.
That must be segment.
It's got to be Moxley and Kenny in the closing angle.
One would assume so, but I don't know.
Give us an inkling of something to do with the barbed wire. Give us...
Yeah, maybe so.
I know we had that package earlier, but, Mizunami following in with the big clothesline.
Yeah, nice, man. I've arrived. Hope Cody beats Shaq. Any news about Matt's dad? I don't, Ivan, man. I don't. Sorry, I'm well behind on comments, so I'm going to have to miss a few out. Wrestle Stories joined us. Hello, hope you're having a great day. Clearly it's CM Punk, says Jeff. I mean, that would be massive. I think everyone would get the hopes up. I don't see predictions on who the new signing is.
No idea.
I mean, yeah, CM Punk could be massive. Would they do that without fans, though?
Oh, wow. What a...
Oh, the way she turned at last minute, man, was beautiful. Serena Deeb is great, isn't she? She used to train the girls in NXT in the PC. Can't believe WWE let her go. So good in the ring. I agree. She's great. This has been a really good match as well, Dan.
I'm glad that she did leave because we're getting to see her do arguably the best work of her career right now.
A wrestle, yeah. Oh, pulling down the rope for Nyla Rose to go over. CMP.
Oh,
says,
Nyla's bumping. Nyla is bumping.
I mean, they've said about a Hall of Famer. I feel like we're going to get... Oh, what's her name? Who was in WWE, who left? Aleister Black's wife.
No, she ain't a Hall of Fame.
No, she's not Hall of Fame, but I think she's going to be at the pay-per-view.
Someone said at the Eve stream the other night about her joining Santana and Ortiz.
That'd be nice.
That'd be cool. That would freshen them up, but I don't think now would be the time to do that if that's something, because here comes that leg drop.
Oh, Jesus!
That's what she used to get the count out victory on Aja Kong.
That's a really interesting gimmick, Dan.
Well, it's more. You don't ask Aja. It's got to be very careful on who Aja Kong lays down for. Do you know? There's a lot. So I think it was more along those lines than her going all berserker and having a move that gets her the count out. But it's beautiful that they've taken that and making a big deal and using a count out as a false finish, and that they can because of the Aja Kong finish. And she's put herself into that position to get another one.
Oh, mate, honestly, I'd love it as a gimmick. I would have preferred her to have got counted out. Because then you do the story of when she faces Shida, she can't rely on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great point. I mean, they can still do that. They can still do plays back to that. Here comes that series, Machine Gun Forearms. Ryo Mizunami, who nearly retired in 2019. And then when she got the call for AEW, that gave her a bit of a kick to say, no, don't do it. There's opportunities out there.
Great.
And then she had a tremendous succession in Japan, specifically working for Choco Pro. Or not specifically, but Choco Pro was one of the promotions that she worked for. She worked all over. She's a freelance wrestler. She can work wherever she wants, and she would have tremendous matches. I covered one of her matches on an Eve stream for Pure J against Raiden Hagane, which was outstanding. Wicked clothesline cut down there.
Nice.
They've gone into a more traditional standard.
Nyla Rose is getting a lot of offense here, dude. Is this going to be it? Oh, no, she kicks out. Oh, they're giving this some time, man.
And rightfully so. That Serena Deeb Riho match was outstanding, and they gave that time too.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, she's going to go for that knee.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times. Mr. G, have you read the Young Bucks book? You could see Brandon Cutler in the picture section. Oh, that looked nasty.
Yeah.
Back of the head, man.
This is a really good finishing stretch that we're in right now.
Ivan said, and I roasted Dom for you on Twitter. We've got Dan to help roast Dom on Sunday, so come and hang out with us. It's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun stream, Dan.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh, she's going for the power bomb. She ain't going to get it. We're in the finishing stretch of the match right now. And it's so good. She's going for that Sambo.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it was like a Sambo exploder right on the back. Wicked bump.
And it was Nyla. The way she went for it.
She's going for the guillotine. Oh, she's getting up. She's going to catch her. Okay,
I don't know who's winning now.
Mate, I'm still hoping for Ryu.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's a wicked... Oh, she's going off because she's positioning herself for it. Oh, Brainbuster style.
Oh. Brilliant.
Tremendous match. Tremendous match. Great stretch.
Look at the beginning of the video. Yeah, man, we showed that. Thanks, Ivan. I'm stupid. You're not stupid, man. Brock is good, I guess. It could be Brock or Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez, I wouldn't say Hall of Fame.
Nice German. And again, Nyla with a wicked bump.
Nyla's got so much better, man.
Yeah, she's going for the spear. Cuts her in half.
One. Oh, come on.
She's going to go for that leg drop. They really should have.
got the position better. But
she's doing it right by where Vicky is. But no, Vicky's not getting in. Instead, she's going to hit it. Guillotine. Boom! Nakano style. That's the finish. No, she's going to... That's
1,
it.
2. Way! Cracking match. AEW, man. AEW. Every week. Jeff, it's 100% not CM Punk, dude. You will get disappointed. CM Punk will never come back, probably. Punk seems too obvious. CM Punk to AEW confirmed, says Jeremy. Doesn't it make it... You all seem very excited about that. Doesn't that make Saturday a little bit more exciting? I'd say don't get your hopes up too much. It'll probably be Mark Henry. Maybe they will sign Moose. Someone has to get him off Impact on a primetime show. I think Moose is the future of Impact, if I'm honestly, Jeremy. I really do. I think he's the person... If Kenny Omega takes that belt, I think he'll be the person that eventually beats Kenny Omega.
Here we go. Man, I'm just sorry. I'm just all...
Ryan Butters has joined us. Welcome.
Hey, Angle! I know she's challenging Sheena to hit her.
Oh, why is she taking the thing off? Come on. Let the button pop, Sheena. Oh, I didn't like that, Dan. I didn't like the elbow, followed by Sheena then playing with a jacket to then send the elbow back. Like that was horrible, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, right, I like the fact that, like, Ryo Mizunami was like, no, you hit me. Hit me.
Yeah.
But what I don't know is, I don't think the commentary did a job in explaining that.
No, man.
You know, because that is a very Japanese style angle that was. Like, that is a Japanese style angle. And as such, if that had been in Japan, you wouldn't need to explain it. But being in the US, that's not something that people are going to get. So...
cool. I'm going to let you take the comments for a minute. Jeremy says Bubba Ray Dudley is 100% my guess. Is that all right, Dan? I'll be back in a second.
Not bad. Yeah, go for it.
Thank you, my dude.
Oh. So let's go through these comments then. Let me scroll up here. Where did we get up to? Crazy Ginger Jake Holden says, I'll say Boris Johnson is the greatest and sexiest man ever. I'm sure the craziest. Don't know where that came from. It could be Too Cold Scorpio or Jushin Liger. No, Jushin Liger's retired. Too Cold Scorpio, I don't see it being him in that kind of... And I like Scorpio. I've worked with Scorpio. You'll be shocked to hear, I'm sure. Crazy Jake's going to get the UFC figures. Good for you. You'll have to let us know what they're... show them out. Ryan Butters, I would say Moxley hitting Omega with a barbed wire bat or something for a finish. Yeah, there's got to be something that gives us an idea, but maybe that pre-roll that we saw earlier, maybe that'll be it. But they've got to lead us. Maybe Sting will be in the big thing because Sting's of course got the match at the pay-per-view, so maybe Sting will be in the closing angle. Bubba Ray Dudley, that's my guess. That's not a bad guess in all fairness. Punk would be an expensive signing. He would, but they would sign it. Oh, something's going on with your camera there, mate. Shockmaster, I'd pop. No, it won't be Hogan because it's supposed to be wrestling this person, isn't they? Jeremy Standing, maybe they will sign Moose. Someone has to get him off Impact on a primetime show. Moose, as far as I'm aware, recently, not so long ago, actually re-signed with Impact. Is Lesnar still a free agent? I don't know, Ryan, but I don't know. I doubt that would be the case, that's how they would debut someone like Brock. Jeremy says, AEW, it's AEW, so they could say Hall of Fame worthy to them, so it could be X-Pac and act like it's Hall of Fame worthy. I'd argue X-Pac is Hall of Fame worthy. Let's remember who some of the people are in WWE's Hall of Fame. So if we're going by WWE's Hall of Fame, X-Pac is more than Hall of Fame worthy. Because he's actually drawn some big segments and helped train some incredible wrestlers. Ryan Butters, Bubba Ray, Rob Van Dam. That's a point. He's like 50-something now, though. Punk, Lita, Trish, and Lesnar are free agents. Yeah. I don't see it being Punk. Oh, no, here comes Sting. So Sting ain't in the closing angle. Yeah, what a match. I agree. That was tremendous. And Really pleased to see. Jeff Adams, I like Shida's new Yakuza boss style. Yeah, she does look good. But I think, she shouldn't have been popping those buttons. I think Ant was spot on there. If CM Punk returns, I'll gladly say that because I'm 100% sure Punk's not coming back. Yeah, I don't believe it'll be Punk. Otherwise, they'd have made a bigger deal rather than just someone that's Hall of Fame worthy. Crazy Jake, I hope it's Cain Velasquez. Well, I mean, we can all hope it's Cain Velasquez, but he doesn't tick the criteria from what they said. But I'd like to see Cain Velasquez, see him do more. We saw from anyone that followed him in AAA, saw him do some great stuff. It could be James Ellsworth. Did I ever tell the story? I think I did, about how James Ellsworth was messaging me, trying to get on Eve shows. Because his whole thing was, I managed Carmella in WWE, so, I can do the same angle and the same storyline. And Eve was just like, nah, fam. Mia Holden, maybe the surprise person is Carlito. He's not definitely, they would not say Carlito is Hall of Fame. And here's the thing, I'd be all up for Carlito being in AEW. Guy looks amazing. I think he's got another run in him. So I'd be there. I'll be up for that. But I doubt he'll be going. AEW is bringing back Sable. Maybe a stash of cash from the bankroll robbery. Maybe a caged eat in a K. That's weird, but sure. Someone's been watching some Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movies. The funny thing is, right, I don't think this has been as good an episode as a few of the other AEW shows have been recently. There's something that feels a little bit off, but maybe it was just because it started so hot, because it's not like it's been a bad show. Something feels a little bit off, though, on this show. I don't know if it's the structure, the pacing, or what. And again, it could just be that they started off so hot with that tag match that nothing's really been able to follow it. And we haven't got the right sound and audio. Like, we haven't got the heat or the fire from the audience going mental for Sting doing stuff. Instead, they're quite quiet and just kind of watching it. But they're trying to show us that Sting can go, and we're getting a Sting match. Maybe we aren't getting... The whole thing was we're getting a cinematic match.
I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
No.
Not any, but more. Scorpion Deathlock on Ricky Starks.
The thing is, though, the crowd pretty mild for this. I
think they've done a bad job with Sting. I really do.
I get why they've done everything they've done, and it's just it hasn't quite, I think he was just overexposed by being on every episode, but I also understand if they're paying a load, why they might try to think and try to get people used to hearing, oh, Darby's going to come out now and stop.
Are they doing another powerbomb? I love that music, man.
He readjusted his position. If you notice that his back was to the entrance.
Right.
So Darby. Timing was a little bit off. That's why he had to do that extra pose, but it was still fine.
Oh, Stinger splash to the back of him.
Oh,
going up to the
nice
top
detail there. Darby wasn't as quick. He had to regain his footing. So Sting grabs hold of Brian Cage. It's the little detail rather than Brian Cage just standing there like,
what's going on? Yeah.
Hurry up. Instead, there was that little moment. Instead, Sting grabs a hold of him. What's going on? Oh shit! Now I get drop kicked.
Yeah.
Little details. Can really save and make a big difference.
And I'm excited. I am excited for a match. I am excited for that match now. I suppose they have done a job of getting me built for that match. I'm just a bit fed up with the angle.
Yeah, because it's the same angle.
Yeah. AEW is bringing in Naked Midian. AEW is bringing back Sable. You dudes in chat. There's some right names being thrown out there. AEW is bringing Vince. How about that?
It could, what a pop.
Sorry, 2 shows. Usually there's go-home share. The go-home shares are a little here and there. I think it's been a really good show. There's some wonderful wrestling.
I think it's been a good show, but I don't think it's been able to... It still feels like something's missing. And I think part of it is we're not being told why we're sticking around. What's the main event? Unless I've missed something, in which case, please, people in the chat, tell me, have I missed them say what's coming up in the main event? Because we should be hearing details of the main event, what we're building to.
Yeah.
Or if it's a confrontation between people, whatever it is.
You've got to be right. It's got to be Mox and...
We should know.
Yeah.
We should know already what's going on.
Yeah.
It's 2:30 UK time right now. So we've got 30 minutes left of this show.
Absolutely.
We should know. Because otherwise, why are we hanging up through the commercials when, if we were in the US, we could be changing to NXT right now?
Yep. Cage forgot that
because I bet you they've said what their main event is.
I bet they have, yeah. Yeah. What the hell was Hobbs doing on the outside? Get in there and mix it up with Sting. Absolutely, Joey. Yeah, it was a bit awkward. They've done a terrible job with Sting. If only someone said they would. Oh, wait, says Jeremy. I agree. I think just putting him out there every night was just a mistake. Do some backstage promos instead. That's all they needed to do.
Do some stories. Have him tell his stories about, in his career. Get him over.
Yeah.
Like I said, get him over like he's not over, but it's just like bring back some of that fondness by having him tell some stories. And reminisce over certain things. And, maybe say that so-and-so reminds him of this guy and so-and-so reminds him of that. But that wrestler, he's never encountered anyone like them before, so he doesn't remind him of anyone.
Yeah,
and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really get people over by doing things like that.
Mm.
Yeah, Ken Shamrock. It won't be Ken Shamrock.
Hobbs was being held back by the Invisible Man. Well, he is the Invisible Man has signed to AEW. I heard so.
Invisible Man worked for me back in 2014.
Did he really? Who did he work against?
He worked against Cara Noir.
Oh, really? That would have been fun. I have not seen that.
Yeah.
I have to see that at some point. That sounds real fun. Darby Allin is so good, isn't he? Love his finisher, the coffin drop. Can't believe Sting in the ring, great stuff. And Christian and Edge and Daniel Bryan, Midian, Jesus, 90s flashback. So the main event at the minute is Hangman Page and Matt Hardy. So, but they don't need to do a lot.
It's not Matt Hardy. It's not Preston Vance. That's who's in the ring right now. It's a tag match, isn't it? But why aren't they hyping it? Whatever it is, tell us why we should be getting hyped for what's coming up.
Dude, Scorpio Sky on commentary. It feels like we've not seen him forever. Didn't
he do an angle a week or two ago recently? Or possibly it was on Dark. I can't remember.
He's done a lot more on Dark, I think. The last big angle he had on Dynamite... Oh, I can't even remember it. I think it was a match with Cody when he had the TNT Championship. Ken Shamrock, it could be. Also, he was on Impact, and isn't there... and Jesus, steroids have been kind to that man. Peacock... Maybe. Oh, it's the rapper. Listen, Dan. Dan, I could really get behind this. It's awful.
I wouldn't like his chances in a fire in the booth. I love -1.
He's adorable.
-1 is so good. Did you see the episode of Dark where he did commentary?
No.
Oh, mate, he was popping me something.
Really,
furious.
That's awesome, man. It's great to see a young person into wrestling. That's why I love it when we get like Kada into the streams, you know? Someone that just says who her favorite is with no sort of just based on watching it for 5 minutes. I think that's great.
Kids know, man. Kids know.
Yeah.
George is one of the biggest UFC fighters right now. We talk about Jorge Masvidal. I was saying, there we go. Jorge Masvidal is backstage AEW tonight.
Really?
They posted a picture of him and Moxley, so I think he'll be involved tonight. Revolution. Jorge Masvidal is who is it they're talking about for Jorge Masvidal? They're talking about it's not Izzy, is it?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, I think it was Usman. But regardless, they're setting something up for Jorge Masvidal right now.
Interesting, man. Glenn Hunt,
I don't think there's no way Dana White, right? Jorge Masvidal has fights on his UFC contract. Dana White has been asked numerous times by WWE about using people whilst they have a UFC contract. Most notably, of course, Brock Lesnar. Dana has always said no because Dana's not an idiot and he understands fighters get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no chance in hell he's going to want Jorge Masvidal to be getting hurt and taking part in anything wrestling-wise, match-wise,
And also, it makes more sense for him to be involved in WWE with it being the bigger promotion, with more exposure.
Yeah. Well, if you go on Cameo and see how much some of those UFC fighters are charging, they haven't got a clue what their worth is. No, they're charging next to nothing.
Wow. Peacock streaming live March 18th, 2021 WWE NXT. Cool. Is that the takeover match? No, it'll be later than that, isn't it? Oh God, have you seen that week of wrestling, Dan?
What?
Have you seen the WrestleMania weekend?
Oh God, yeah, I saw it put out. Yeah, it's just insane, isn't it?
Oh mate, between Dark AEW Impact, you've got 9 days of wrestling, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry. Well, you know what? I lasted nearly the whole stream. That's not
I think
bad.
you've done really well, mate. Did you hear about Big Cass coming back to wrestling? I saw photos, yeah, and he did look jacked as well. He was quite good in WWE.
I disagree. He was a body. He did his job, and ultimately, he is. You can only do so much as what they give you.
Mm-hmm.
But
his feud with Daniel Bryan. I mean, he was working with Daniel Bryan. It should have been a lot better than it was.
It was still fine. Do you know what I mean? Like the match was still fine, but the bottom line is, he's one of those guys where he's not a very good actor. So when he was cutting the promos, you didn't buy into him.
No.
So he just came across as a guy that was saying his lines. You never believed that in Big Cass that the wrestler or the person. Do you know what I mean? It's not like The Rock. When The Rock spoke, or Steve Austin would speak, or Arn Anderson would speak, let's go for a different level. Even Cody speaks. You believe what they're saying.
100%.
When Big Cass speaks,
Cena.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just sounds like this is a guy who's saying his lines and isn't a very good actor.
And that's why they put him with Enzo.
At best, could really hope for a Tommy Wiseau movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Why does he act like John Cena? He's not. I'm sure he's better than he is. I think the point is that he's a heel and he's a bad rapper. I think that's the point. Revolution, it could be Chris Hero. Love to see Chris Hero. I think Chris Hero will be in AEW at some point.
It's not. They cannot justify saying he's a Hall of Famer.
No, they can't. No. But I'd love to see him in AEW at some point. I mean, the obviously friends with a lot of the people there already, and a wonderful worker.
Yeah.
Kept popping Taz a lot. I think Cass is 7 foot, isn't he? Oh, yeah, we got told that every time he come out.
Well, yeah, apparently.
My favourite is Cody. Love the crossroad moves. So good. Absolutely. Unless he does 2 of them. He only needs to do 1. Jericho says he's calling to an end for COVID restrictions now. The more he talks, the more I have to go away heat from him.
Lots of people are doing that because of believe it was Texas, and there were 2 states today that said that they were ending COVID restrictions and even any mask mandates effective immediately.
Really?
I think another state said as of March 10th.
Can you guys let us know if we've gone to break in this match? Because I really hope we have.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I've still got it on.
Well, we don't, because we watch it on Fight. We don't always see the breaks.
Yeah, good point.
So
good point.
I hope it is, because this has been dull.
It's been what it's been. This is definitely going to be the weak point in the quarter. This is a brave match for them to put on Dynamite. But you know what? Sometimes I really respect when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you know,
nice little cut though.
Little bit off on the positioning, but yeah, they were at an ad break because I just heard Jim Ross go, "We're back live."
You see, and that's the issue sometimes, Dan, because we're watching this and not necessarily knowing what the direction is, you know.
Yeah,
and you can certainly tell it with certain matches. 9 days with 14 shows. Jesus Christ. Mike Tyson, Henry Cujerto, Velta Baltafort, and Rashid Evans were all in AEW for a bit. I think
they made appearances. Vidal. They weren't. You wouldn't say they were in AEW.
No, is that all who come out with Tyson?
Yeah, it was Henry Cejudo, Rashad Evans, who looks amazing nowadays.
Right.
Henry Cejudo's still got some fights left in him, but you know, here's the thing, right? So Henry Cejudo, he's not fighting in AEW in UFC, but and cast himself as retired, basically because he wants more money, because he feels that he's a draw and deserves more money. Meanwhile, he's charging £30 for a cameo. It's like, mate, come on. There's an inconsistency. Wow. If you're worth that much money, I did not like that. I like the idea, but I did not like the execution of that.
Right.
If you're worth that much money that UFC need to be paying you 7 figures, you shouldn't be charging 30 quid for cameos.
No.
You know, like, because you should be so in demand for cameos
that you can't.
You know, that you can't even justify the amount of time because you would be getting so many cameo requests at 30 quid a pop.
Oh, when Cornette does cameo, are you getting one for Eve?
Yeah, sod it. Let's do it.
He's going to charge a fortune because he's been building up to it very cleverly, in fact.
Well, that's a big bump on the hip, the way he missed that elbow.
Right.
That's why a lot of people, like, because you feel that on your hips as you get older. That's why a lot of people, when they miss the elbows, they tend to do it as a back bump because you can spread the impact more across. When you do it more on the hip, that is heavy on the hip. It's more than a side bump.
It could be part of the reason that Foley's hips are so knackered.
Oh, but the elbows that he did, he would land them, but he was also coming down on the concrete on the outside. Yeah, it will absolutely be, you know, that'll take a big part in it, no doubt.
Yeah. He was okay in NXT, but main roster was a bit meh for Cass. When Big Cass speaks, you can't teach that. No, you can't. But he could try learning it first.
He only had one line. He was the Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like Enzo, horrible wrestler, and from all we know, horrible person. But he was
Jack Evans.
He was the Billy Gunn, you know, and Enzo was Road Dogg. Well, so this dude is going through to the ladder match.
I thought it was going to be negative. I thought it was going to be 10 with -1 doing something, and like Dark Order having an impact into the ladder match.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I'm okay with it, and here's why I'm okay with it. It's more building for tag matches, and I'm good with building undercard tag team feuds.
Yep.
He
used the boombox as well.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? WWE, if you get in a tag team feud, it's because it's for the title. They don't do undercard, midcard tag team feuds. It's whatever. The only feud that you get is whoever's the tag champion.
Oh, it's Matt Hardy who's paid Jack Evans to do it.
Interesting. Oh, because of the Hangman Page Dark Order thing. Interesting.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's nice. Big Cass promos were not good. As good as they say the best promo in WWE, Kevin Owens, he's amazing on the mic. Also, Sonya Deville is a great promo along with her amazing suit she wears. Yeah, I wish they hadn't put Sonya in this management role now. I really want to see her in the ring again because I think she was
But isn't that
really
great?
good.
Because did you really care about seeing Sonya in the ring when she came back initially?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, did you not?
Really?
Oh, I did. I really liked her. I thought
So we got a women's tag. So we actually have 2 women's matches at Revolution.
This card is too many matches, man.
It's interesting. I've actually gone back to rewatch. So yeah, Thunder Rosa and Riho against Britt Baker and Reba. That's the buy-in.
Cool.
But
that's good for a buy-in, man. The buy-in is there to get people to watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Reba's not very good.
Reba won't be in the match much, man.
That can't be a very long match, I imagine.
No. Kurt is a Hall of Famer. Kurt Angle could be in. Yeah, that would be a good show.
But again, he's not going to wrestle.
No. Game over. Miro. Yeah, cool. Damn, didn't think of Kurt. Ryan Yeosman's going to destroy Jorge.
They fought before, but it was like it was a real short notice fight that Jorge took it and they went the distance. So, but it did massive buys. Like it did. Wrestling wishes it could do the level of buys that fight did. And that Jorge Masvidal can do. Jorge Masvidal is the BMF champion, the bad mother effer.
There we go.
See, I caught myself there. I didn't do it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, well played, Dan.
And and that was a title that was presented to him by The Rock. So
right.
like the guy's got proper, superstar and rub.
Yeah. Oh, Dan, I think you're right. This is way too many matches.
This is going to be a 4-hour pay-per-view because what is it, 8 or 9 matches?
Something like that.
It feels like it's like 8 or 9, 9 matches. 9. It feels like it's 9, 10 matches. Honestly.
There's more about the exploding Barbo deathmatch. Yeah, we should know more about it anyway.
Feels like this episode is in reverse.
Yeah, it feels like it's lost its steam, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, that's what it. But I don't think. I don't blame them. I think they did the right thing having that match on at the start. I think they went wrong by not having a main event.
Yeah, I agree.
Announce.
Yeah. And this doesn't feel like a main event. This feels like an addition to the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, AEW have got us talking, and that's only good. So whoever it is, it's worked. Yeah, I've seen you all in chat be really excited about who it's going to be. So that's good. Enzo was amazing on the mic. He was. Yeah, he was. He was a great talker. There's been a lot of...
Take care, Daily Dan blog.
Thanks, Daily Dan. Nice to see you, man. There's been a lot of outside interference on AEW tonight. Yes, there has. Wonder where Tessa Blanchard is going. I'd assume WWE want her. Sonya Deville is great in the ring. Her and Samoa Joe to come back. Maybe Ronda Rousey. A lot of people to come back. Oh, Brock Lesnar too. Yeah, man. Get the fans in there as well.
I don't know on Tessa. There's a lot to... WWE are probably the most likely to kind of like move past it, though, I would imagine.
Right.
But there's a lot of... Wherever she turns up, there'll be a lot of online drama.
Exactly, yeah. Of course there will. Cheers, Daily Dan. 8 matches and 1 big promo. Yeah.
If it's 8 matches, you can get through. It's just that it feels like they're 8 matches that all need time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the exception of Rusev's match, that doesn't feel like it needs to go a long amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Shida and Mizunami, that deserves 15.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What else have you got on there? The exploding barbed wire match, that needs to go 30.
30, 40 with the entrances, yeah.
I'd go 30 with entrances.
Right.
But I wouldn't be against 40 with entrances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it doing 40. I would imagine they'll go 30. What's the other matches that we got on there?
You said Matt Hardy, Adam Page, haven't you?
Yeah, see, that match needs to do that match realistically needs to do 12 to 15.
Yeah, man.
Like, because it's a big deal. Like, and also we're supposed to be trying to be building Hangman as well, like long term. So realistically, that match needs it needs to go 12 to 15. It can't go shorter than 12. I would say the Rusev tag match that can go 8, 8 to 10.
Yeah. I can't think. Oh, we've got the ladder match.
Yeah, that's going to do 25, and everyone's going to have their own entrances as well.
Yeah.
You know, that match could be 40 with all the entrances, because the entrances are going to take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably close. So maybe the entrances are probably like 10 to 12 minutes alone. So, and then you got the everything at the end, and if the match goes 20 minutes, you're probably looking at like 35 to 40 minutes.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, it's all right. Go on.
I was just going to say, just unless they, have a start where it's all about getting the ladder in quickly, and the ladder match actually is closer to 15. But you got how many is there in that ladder match? 7, 8. There's a lot, isn't there?
Yeah, there's got a mystery one as well. We've got the Big Show announcement.
You got a big entrance realistically required for that.
You've got tag match as well. The Young Bucks and the Jericho and MJF.
Yep. Oh, what a bump!
Wow, the height on that, man.
Yeah,
that's no fear, man.
Distance covered as well.
Will Rallis Sport says, Big Sonya Deville fan here. Sorry, don't you apologise. I'm a big Sonya Deville fan. And Liv Morgan's great too. Most improved wrestler in WWE 2021. Easily got miles better than 2 years ago. I haven't seen it. I talk about Liv Morgan quite a lot on here. I've not seen that improvement. I've not seen...
I have.
Have you? Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying... But here's the thing. When's the last time we saw Liv Morgan do...
A 20-minute match with someone?
Well, not even 20. When's the last time you saw her go 10 to 12?
Yeah. We don't. And that's the problem with WWE. You can't
that's
get people
a lot
over.
Of the problem that, like, I know a number of people that when they're, they've got the offers, they're like, do I really want to do, 6-minute matches, every other week or once a month for the next 3 to 5 years of whatever my contract is?
Yeah.
Because you're not signing, people got to remember, you're an actor, you're a character actor when you're signing with WWE. So it's all about that more than, wrestling. Look at it, great strength there
from Silver. Yeah,
I mean, I know the two are working together on it, but the point is, it makes Silver look superb. Yeah. The crowd have really died out.
Understandably, man, it's not that exciting a match, unfortunately. In terms of,
it's gone reverse. It's not that the match ain't bad. It's just that the show's gone in reverse. So it's like, it's like with. The problem when you do stuff like this and you have nothing to build up to at the end is it's like you've gone to see, let's say you've gone to see the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
You're going to see this incredible, one of the all-time greats, and you never thought you'd see them live, and you're finally going to get to see them, and they're going to play first. And the band you've never heard of, the warm-up act, they're going to come out afterwards. And we have heard of these. And maybe we'd have heard of the band that's with the Rolling Stones, but they're not the Stones. And it's nice when we saw that they were going to be touring with them. We were like, that's cool. I get to see them as well. But you saw the Stones first.
Yeah. And of course. Yeah. That's what you paid your money for.
Yeah. You shot your load and now you're playing with her tits. Yeah. Wait. Cut, rewind.
Sounds fantastic.
I mean, the analogy's right, but maybe...
It's all good. We're past 3 a.m. in the morning. It's past Watershed now, Dan.
Okay. Butters is going through the card in the chat for us as well.
Thank you, Buttersman. Hangman versus Hardy doesn't have to go long. Tag battle royals can be quick. MJF versus Jericho and the Bucks will go 15 minutes at least. Yeah, did you see that Chelsea Green has signed a new contract with WWE? So unlucky with her injury. Broken hand or wrist at the moment. Really not.
She only signed a 2-year contract, though.
Did she?
And they're offering, and I think that's interesting because that tells me she asked for it.
Yeah.
Because WWE's thing is to get everyone on 5-year deals.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That's what they go to. Because I know a few people that have turned them down and said, I'll sign for 2 or 3. So the fact that her deal is a 2-year deal, I think it was announced as a 2-year deal, tells me that she turned the first offer down.
Right.
And I think that's wise. Don't do that because you're going to be in a better bargaining position in 2 years' time.
Absolutely. You stop, whether it's WWE or AEW, you are in a better bargaining position.
Yeah.
Dan, what's your opinion on the Young Bucks?
Oh, I've followed the Young Bucks since Dragon Gate. And funnily enough, they're one of those teams that I've nearly worked with so many times. Like I've nearly booked them so many times. And it just my dates didn't work out at the same time, but I highly rate them as both as workers and also as businessmen. You know, like they got their stuff in Hot Topic in the States. They built up, they became a massive draw, just like Kenny Omega, even though they weren't named guys in the Western world. They were in New Japan and they were able to build a brand and build excitement. That is very difficult to do.
Indeed.
Like they legitimately were selling out big venues on the independent scene.
Yeah.
They sold out Madison Square Garden. It was that lot. That was what it was for.
Mm-hmm. And that's what ended up creating this. I hadn't read the Young Bucks book yet. I need to buy it at some point. On the shoulder, really nice on the shoulders and to the It's going to be a 4-hour pay-per-view. Most AEW pay-per-views go about 3.5 hours, so it makes sense.
Did they really? I don't think I've ever watched a full AEW pay-per-view, to be honest.
Mate, to be honest, they're great. They give all the matches time. That's what I love about it. There's no crap on it.
I don't know if I like 3.5-hour shows. I think 2.5 hour, 3 absolute tops.
Right. But the other thing, Dan, is we don't get a pay-per-view every month.
That is true.
So it feels like an event.
But you also don't want to leave a show feeling
fatigued
or even satisfied.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to leave going, "Oh, can't wait for Dynamite." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not good when Liv Morgan loses to nobody meaner than Tamina. Come on, WWE, jeez. Sorry, Dan. Carry on.
No. I forgot what I was going to say, but it doesn't matter.
8 matches on the card. Omega Moxley, Hangman Hardy, Tag Battle Royale, MJF Jericho Bucks, Miro Sabian and Cassidy, Shida versus Ryo, Team Taz versus Sting and Allin.
No, you said it right. You always doubt yourself. You said it right.
I know. It's because I'm
you would say Mako Satomura, and then you would go.
I'd start saying me too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
I correct myself incorrectly.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. John Silver is on fire here against Matt Hardy.
Yeah, great.
Crowd are getting into it.
And there was a little detail there that he tagged himself in, and Hangman Page was like, what?
Yeah.
The commentary didn't seem to pick up on it enough. At least, or I missed it.
Ladder match for the TNT title. That's full show. Thank you, Ryan. I think it just looks a hell of a lot, especially with the pre-show on as well.
I think it's because it's just such a loaded.
Yeah.
Like match-wise.
Yeah. Tag Battle Royale, Miro, Sabian, Cassidy will be quick. Yes, I think so. Revolution will be 4 hours, probably around 3.5. The trash, that's the only acceptable answer, says Jeremy about the Young Bucks. They are super talented. Wow, what height on that dropkick. Yeah, I really like the Young Bucks, Jeremy. Great.
Yeah, they're tremendous. And the thing is they're proven to be draws. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be watching this.
No.
It's the bottom line, they've changed the business. At the end of the day, WWE offered them a contract that had creative control.
Yeah, and they don't do that for anyone.
They don't do that.
Buckshot Lariat, what's going on, Dan? This feels. I mean, the match has been fine.
Yeah, a ton of action. Adam Page looked great.
Yeah, but
it's just that the show, it feels like we went in reverse.
It does.
And we're at 258. Our go home angle for the pay-per-view is Big Money Matt Hardy with Hangman Adam Page, which now there is an argument to be made that this is a point that every match is like a main event. There is an argument to be made, but the idea is that Hangman Adam Page is a big time, is a guy that everyone should be watching.
Yeah.
And he is a main event level name.
Yeah.
But there's also an argument that is said, like, you're literally doing a barbed wire exploding ring match. Like, that should be what everyone
is losing the crap about. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't get that. Yeah, that is a, your promise is you're delivering a freak show, but you're really not making a big deal about it. It's like, it's the freak show. It's what you're there to see. You're there to see the freak. Have we got a Royal Rumble on the show? Why have we got a Rumble angle ending the show?
Is it a Battle Royale? Are they just going to clear everyone out and then bring Moxley and Omega out? Are we're currently at 3 a.m.?
Yeah. Meanwhile, -1's on the stage.
And I can't take my eyes off him, man.
I like the fact that Death Triangle waited for their music to hit before they come out. But why? Why is this happening?
I don't know.
And that's why this is how we're ending. I do not like this as a show close.
-1 is awesome, though. I can't take my eyes off him.
-1 is great. Like, now...
Stop hitting your table. It's in my ear. Is it me, or does Matt Quinn look like Hum Bargain's mascot? He had them colours, didn't he? The red and light blue. I get it. Even when you think the Bucks aren't good wrestlers, they sell tickets. Absolutely, Ryan. Trash without reason. Is there any wrestlers that Eve refuses to work with, like a blacklist? I bet you can't get that out of Dan. Not on a live stream.
That'd be really unprofessional of me to...
He's definitely.
Are there people that I wouldn't work with? Of course.
Yeah.
Usually I've already worked with them once and, like, not again.
And I do know that there's people that we talked about off any sort of camera.
No signal from venue. Waiting for incoming signal.
Mate, this is great. Honestly, on Fight, there was one week where there was setting up a John Moxley promo backstage, and they just left the stream on by mistake, and John Moxley was singing Space Oddity by David Bowie.
Fantastic.
It's probably on YouTube. You can probably. I was marking out. It was hilarious. What's your opinion on Tenille Dashwood? So good. Wish she was with WWE, but not good with Emma gimmick. Great now. Great music. Great in the ring. Along with Matt Cardona, signed to Impact 2 weeks ago.
Let me ask you something.
Yes,
to Will Rally Sport Rally. Why do you want Tenille Dashwood to be with WWE if you didn't like the character that they gave her? Like, because that's what you're going to get.
And she wasn't happy.
It's not down to her. You know, like I say, wrestlers are actors. When they hire you, they're casting you for a character. And it could be that you're completely miscast for that character. You know, now I thought she did a good job with the Emma character, both versions of the Emma character. But, you know, you're not going to see the same. You know, Emma is not going to perform the same way that Tenille Dashwood does. Because that's just not what's wanted by WWE. So the thing is, if you're a big supporter of Tenille Dashwood and you want to see more of what Tenille Dashwood does, you ain't going to get it in WWE.
Yeah, go watch it.
So if you wanted to go to WWE, you're just basically going to, you know, you're only going to go back to seeing what you don't like, you know. It's because people have this idea, you know, habit of romanticizing what WWE is, and therefore they want to see their favorites there because they want to see them achieve that
fame,
dream, what they have of that romanticism for WWE, and it ain't like that. It don't work like that.
3 of the matches will go quite quick. I assume so. I mean, I'm excited for Sunday. I really am. And my dude Dan is joining me and Dom, and we're all going to watch it together. So please come and hang out with us, man. It's going to be a good laugh. I'm not entirely sure what time we are starting, but I'll post it up very early. I assume we'll watch the pre-show because it's a good time to chat, and actually some of the matches look really interesting.
Joey Bellbottoms just said there's a casino tag team on the pay-per-view. That's probably why it got all crazy at the end. That just drives me even more insane because I love tag team wrestling. Everyone knows my favorite actual wrestling is tag team wrestling. But don't do your go home angle based on a match that's free. That's on the buy-in show.
Yeah, that should have been Omega and Moxley's spot for sure.
Yeah, like even if it was the pre-roll, later on tonight, we're going to take a look at what a exploding barbed wire match is.
Yep.
Okay, a fucking what?
Do you think they're doing something? Do you think they're going to do something with Funk or Foley?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. You know, it's possible.
I just think I think there's got to be something there why they're doing this match. And the New Japan angle makes sense from the sort of... And that... But again, it's like you say with COVID, like wrestlers need to go and isolate for 2 weeks before doing the show and then going back, isolate for 2 weeks. So it's not easy to do.
The other thing, I mean, Kenta could get involved. He lives in LA.
Yeah.
Or Florida, one of the two.
Anyone else?
I mean, there's some of the US guys, you know, live in the States, obviously, and, you know, go over there. But no, he's the only, he's the only Japanese wrestler that lives. Katsuyori Shibata, but he's retired. He can't wrestle, so it can't be him.
Okay.
So yeah, no, there's no one that's actually Japanese that is also based in the US.
So
that's connected to for New Japan.
Interesting. I don't know how busy Ibushi is at the minute in New Japan. I don't know how busy.
There's also they're not going to do Ibushi versus John Moxley as a main thing. Ibushi's in a program with Desperado at the moment.
Oh no, I'm saying Ibushi and Omega.
Yeah, but that's. No, because the thing is, it means he has to miss. He'd have to miss shows in Japan, and he's got big title matches coming up at the moment. So
shame.
And they wouldn't jump to that either. Like, where do you go? Well, and the other thing is Bushi's the IWGP, champion, world champion. Now
maybe it's too early.
Put the two titles together.
Yep.
And Kenny Omega's like. Who do you have lose that? Which promotion's going to go? Yeah, sure, I'll have my champ lose.
Well, I've always said Kenny Omega should take the belt from everyone, and you build up to that match. You should take the belt from every company, including New Japan, and have that, and again put a guy over. Once Page has beat Omega, he starts dropping to all these people, and you have guys like Moose who suddenly something really worth talking about, really sort of elevates him. You have I don't know who in New Japan it'd be, but someone sort of fresher, that Omega would put over.
Yeah, that's very messy.
Right, okie dokie.
From a political point of view, like what we're getting right now is amazing from a political aspect.
Mm-hmm.
To get to that point, Tony would have to buy all the promotions, and I can tell you now, Japan doesn't work that way anyway.
Right, fair enough.
So,
don't like the way AEW have been doing Miro, who's great as Rusev. I think he's really talented. Hope he gets a better role. Could be up there as a champion. What do you guys think? I'm going to go first on this one. I think Rusev was fantastic in WWE. I absolutely agree with you. I feel like he's wrestling a WWE style in AEW, and I don't think it's translating.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's the majority of the style that he learned, though, because of his time with the PC. It's not like he had a very long independent career, that was where he was known for his incredible matches.
No.
So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the WWE style, though, to be fair. It's just there is a disconnect in his character and what he's doing.
Yep.
But also, perhaps... But the thing is, remember, this is a character that he wanted. He wanted to have more video game-esque in who he is because he wanted to help build his YouTube channel, as I understand
Twitch
it.
Streaming, yeah.
Twitch, sorry, yeah.
Yep.
So, we can't really put a load of the fault on AEW because, he's getting to do what he wanted to do. And you can't have that old Rusev character and this Rusev character in the same way, No. It's a very difficult line. There is a way to have, this ridiculous badass that likes to beat people up that's also, really into games. You can do that character, but you can't do the same thing because that old Rusev character, it wouldn't make sense if he was also a huge gamer. His idea was he was nothing but, a Bulgarian brute. There wasn't much more to his character rather than that. I mean, Jesus, that's part of the reason why him coming out in a tank was so freaking epic.
Yeah. One of the best anti-American heels of the last few years, I'd say, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's not COVID proof. No, it's not futuristic. No, not at all. Not with all the people in the ring. Proper fun show. Slightly fell off in the last half hour, but the first 19 minutes were top tier. Matthew, I 100% agree with that. I thought the first 90 minutes were outstanding, and it was just a bit of a drop off in the last half hour. But we shouldn't be having that in a go-home show, especially when you have someone called Moxley and Omega with a wonderful stipulation match that they could have definitely done something with.
We started here,
yeah,
and we slowly just went down. I
don't know if we went down. I mean, for me, the best match was the tag match. I love that.
Which one? We had several.
Of course we do. It's AEW. FTR versus the Jurassic Express.
That was I thought the opener, the Shaq match, because it was just structured. The crowd were hot.
Yeah.
Everything was going. It felt big.
But it did feel big, yeah. I agree.
And then I would say it would be the FTR match thereafter. But wasn't that the fourth match on the show? That was the opener of the second hour. Am I right?
I think so. Well, yeah, and then
we had
shortly
the very
after
quick,
it was Nyla and...
We had the very quick Phoenix and Pac match, and then we had... was it the Inner Circle promo? And then I think we went for the Inner Circle promo actually into it, did we not?
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right. But then we got the Nyla and Ryo match, which was really good.
Yes, that was good.
Really good. Kurishida needs to not worry about bloody buttons, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
So that's sort of our review of the show, I guess. I'd say it was a really fun show. It was just the last half hour dropped off incredibly.
But the thing, I should be raving and buzzing for Revolution, and I'm not. Because I just think it's the structure of that show. End on any other, and end on anyone else. It's just Hangman Page and Matt Hardy is a supporting match. That's not an attack on the match. It has a very important role, and it'll be a very good match, I'm sure. But it's a supporting match. End on something with, you really just needed to have ended on the exploding barbed wire stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you weren't going to end on that, then end on the tag title match.
Yep.
Get
Jericho in there. Even if it had been what it was, it would have kept people watching and engaged.
Exactly.
What's Jericho going to say? Yeah.
I rarely feel frustrated with AEW at a show, but I feel really frustrated on this one.
Well, I think it's because the first part of it was so good as well.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's the disappointment, because it wasn't
bad.
Also,
where was Shaq? Well, Shaq was gone.
He fiended. He teleported.
And then we never heard about him again through the rest of the show.
Weird. I do wonder if he's going to appear in that ladder match.
How the hell does a guy that big disappear?
Can you imagine how awkward it was? He was maybe hiding in the front seat or under the bed.
How the hell does a guy that big with blatantly as bad knees as that guy has?
The Shaq Cody match, tag match should have been the main event. Yes, agreed, Ryan. Agreed.
Again, yes and no.
I get what they were doing, Dan, but at the same time, we felt it dropped off too much, man. It dropped off way too much.
It did, but here's the thing. The start of the show it's the difference to how things used to be. The start of the show is now often like a peak point. So you want your most people, and how many people that are going to tune in for Shaq may tune into something else and then forget to tune back because they don't know exactly where. Like I don't. There's neither answer, neither placement for start or end is wrong.
No, I suppose the issue is we needed something at the end, and what we got wasn't.
We needed something at the end. Yeah. That's it. We didn't get it.
Why isn't the Matt Hardy Adam Page thing working?
I don't think it's not working. It's just that so much of other stuff that AEW do doesn't feels. Matt Hardy's current character feels like a WWE character.
It does, and I don't feel like Matt Hardy's the right person to play it at all.
I don't necessarily agree with that aspect, but I certainly don't feel that character fits where things are. The other thing is we don't know why Matt Hardy's suddenly like this.
No,
he was Matt Hardy, and then all of a sudden he was this. There was nothing, and I think I spoke about this last week.
Yep.
All they need to do was have him get show his AEW payoff for winning at the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And have him go cry. Do you know what I mean? Having been like, that's the second pay-per-view I've won at.
Or he didn't get paid for the mess up with Sammy Guevara or something like that.
Just something.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why has he suddenly become so obsessed? Like, it doesn't click. It doesn't link in. It's just a thing. And I suppose part of that makes it also feel very WWE, because that's the kind of thing WWE do. WWE just expect you to have forgotten and just accept what you're given.
But Dan, I think he's too charismatic for that character, dude. I think
you could be charismatic with that character. It's just a different. It's a different form.
He's going into that crazy.
But you wouldn't
charisma.
say that $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase wasn't charismatic, would you?
No, absolutely not. No. Okay, so maybe I'm using the wrong term of phrase here, but he's got that crazy charisma that works so, and you see elements of it, and he keeps going back into it at times. And that's my issue with him being that character. It's not a flowing thing. He's not the $1 Million Man. Definitely not the $1 Million Man. And that's a really good comparison, actually, because it's a similar character. Definitely not that, because the $1 Million Man was that. And I don't feel like Matt Hardy is that. And that's not just from what we've been told, but that's because I feel like other people could play that character better on AEW. I think Cody Rhodes could play that character better. I think Dustin Rhodes could play that character better. I think there's so many people that could.
I think the other thing is, because there was no change that made sense to the character, I don't think we really want to boo Matt Hardy, because he never gave us a reason to turn on him and make us not want that character that you're talking about, that crazy, character underneath. He was just all of a sudden this.
Because he could go a different direction with it, and he could do the sort of crazy Matt Hardy with money, which would be fine. But at the minute, it feels like something is being held back.
I really like the Dark Order aspect of Hangman Page.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the stuff that happened, I think it was last week, maybe it was the week before, involving them. There was some little details there. I like that when -1 led them to make the save for him, and I like that aspect of they haven't written that out. There's still a long-term brewing thing there. But yeah, it doesn't... It's... Part of it also may feel worse for us tonight because of the fact that a Matt Hardy Hangman Page thing was the closing thing of the show when we have an exploding barbed wire match coming up.
And dudes, you can watch that exploding barbed wire match with us on Sunday, so please hang out for that. I'm just going to do a few more comments. If you've got any important questions, please get them asked now. The Sting and Ricky Starks thing, how was that? I missed half of it, but it seemed like a lesser angle than last week, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? Wouldn't you, again, I get why they've done various things, but to me, I would have rather have seen the power bomb on Sting this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Because none of us saw that coming.
No.
None of us saw Sting taking a big bump like that, and I think that would create more interest going into the pay-per-view.
Well, is Sting going to be okay? Is Sting all right? Are we going to see him on Sunday?
And
that's
here's the thing:
an angle.
It feels to me like Team Taz need that win.
To a point, yeah, it does.
Because like Sting, with the most part, like they've had the advantage, and we're going into the pay-per-view with the babyfaces having the advantage.
But Dan, do you know who's been hurt most by this? I'm sorry, it's Darby Allin. He's TNT champion, man.
Oh God, that belt's been hurt by this.
It's been so hurt, man.
Yeah, that belt should be your TV title that's defended on every TV show, in my opinion.
100% agree.
It should,
and that's what it was when it was Cody and even Brody Lee. That title has been like potentially staying beyond repair. But I will say,
it also kind of has. I'm a big believer that the person makes the title, not the title that makes the person, because I think it's obvious why. And I think that title being around something going on with Sting isn't a bad thing. But the fact is we haven't seen Darby wrestle hardly at all.
No, a match against Joey Janela, I believe. It's weird.
Yeah, that was the last time. And when was the time before that? Now, another argument could be that that's being done deliberately to make Darby feel special. But in which case, I would say that the TNT title isn't necessarily the right title for him. But then the title also helps legitimize him. So there's a lot of things to try and work around there. Maybe Darby Allin simply was, this wasn't the right time for this feud, or this wasn't the right way to do this feud. I don't know. There's lots of.
It's hard, isn't it?
I would say it's very hard because they're trying to accomplish a lot of things, but they've got and there's some things that are holding certain elements of it back with them, and also I think I totally get why that title is on him. And you wouldn't want 3 singles titles, but at the same time, if that third title, for example, was more of a weight division, maybe you'd feel a little bit more
you got the
with it. Something
title.
Doesn't. Something. Nothing. Oh yeah, the MT. Well, that's not. There's no reason for us to accept that as a title.
No.
But if Darby if they'd done a feud and it was over that, and Darby had that, I feel that we would accept that just as much as we currently accept the TNT title.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, the TNT title would be being defended in whatever matches, but there'd be high quality work rate. Maybe that'd be something that a guy like Phoenix would be in.
Phoenix would be wonderful with that. I just don't think there's any excuse for it, Dan, because the new Sting was coming in for a while. This wasn't done at last minute. You saw all the hints to Sting for months prior. They knew that Sting was coming in. They knew they were doing that angle with Darby Allin. And all that work that they'd done on that belt, which was outstanding from the open challenges, all the way through. Even the stuff with Orange Cassidy, which people really enjoyed. If you knew that was happening, don't do that.
And I'm with you on a lot of those elements, Just seeing something that Matthew McFadden said in the chat. Wasn't a fan of how they on his debut presented Miro's in a gamer and a friend of Kip Sabian. And it's just like, yeah, but I feel like when we say if I look at the word that you've used, which is also wasn't a fan of how they meaning AEW presented Miro. Remember, this is what Miro wanted.
This is how he's presenting himself, yeah.
So I don't feel it's fair to put, any blame on AEW for presenting him as he wanted to be blamed.
Most of the time we complain.
As he wanted to be presented. Sorry.
Most of the time we complain about promotions taking away wrestlers' ability to be creative, and actually they give him the opportunity to be creative. It's just not working. The vision that he's got is something different to what we're seeing on screen.
Yeah, it's but that's part of creativity taking time.
Of course it is, yeah. Of course it is.
Sorry, let's go back through. I skipped to the end on a lot of those comments. There was a lot above there.
That's all good. I'm just gonna. I might not get to all your comments, dudes, but just bear with us. There's going to be plenty of time on Sunday at Revolution if you want to ask any more questions. There's a casino tag team on the pay-per-view. That's probably why the crazy end. People don't see Tenille Dashwood on Impact. I mean, not a lot of people watch Impact. Like to see her get a bigger stage spotlight.
But if you're not going to see her do the things that you want to see her do, you're not really getting to see her.
That's the problem, yeah. I think that's what Dan's saying. Like, the part of the reason I love Eve, which is obviously Dan's promotion, and weekly, go follow them on YouTube. The link's out in the description this week because who knew this was happening? But part of the reason I love that is because we get to see these performers like Toni Storm, like Tenille Dashwood. She's been in Eve.
No, she hasn't.
Oh, is she not?
No. Again, it was a timing thing.
Okay, sorry. But several wrestlers that we see regularly on TV. Nina Samuels is another example, who's quite underutilized on NXT UK.
Kaylee Ray, Mako Satomura, Piper Niven.
There's so many wrestlers that we get to see wrestle completely unfiltered. Like Dan lets them women sort of creates the angles with them, but really works with them and lets them explore their wrestling and gives them time in the ring. And I
challenge them as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time the women on the other shows, they'll get so put into this is, your match. I think I spoke about this on our AEW watch along for the women's tournament. It's like you can't expect, like on my show, it's a whole women's show. So that means it's a women's match as the main event. Now, the main event, despite what we've seen tonight, cannot be the same structure as the third match or second match or, even the match prior to the main event. The main event is a main event. It has its own structure. Normally you'll go to an independent wrestling show, or even if you're watching WWE, the women's match is not the main event. It doesn't have the main event structure. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I would point out. I'd say, look, if I'm putting you in the main event, you cannot do the same type matches that you do at those other promotions.
No.
You have to, you got to think outside the box now. You got to learn how to do a main event style match. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But you're going to have learned how to do it. You're going to be coming along and you're going to be able to do it better the next time.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Eve. We see these ladies in positions that they're not put in with other companies. And that really shows that, Nikki Cross isn't getting TV time at the minute. You go watch her against Jazzy Gabert. I mean, it's outstanding.
It's different. Yeah.
It's absolutely different.
So. And her match, even before she kind of like found a lot of the character, even that she had for us when she then was against Alpha Female Jazzy Gabert. Her match. Yeah, but I was going along with you, helping you out. But like you see the match that, Nikki had against Hikaru Shida for me. Right. When I booked that match, that was a completely different. I think I gave that match probably 12 to 15 minutes. It wasn't the main event of the show, but it was the idea was it was going to be a wicked match, and it was. Unsurprisingly. Yeah. So it was a match that Nikki was really proud of for a long time. She would, I believe she had that as part of her CV for getting jobs elsewhere.
Right.
And actually, if I remember correctly, Shida actually had a WWE tryout match in Japan when WWE were over there. This is all coming back to me now. So Shida had a WWE tryout match in Japan years back. Nikki wasn't even signed to WWE at this time, but they were going to sign her. They already knew they were going to sign her. And Nikki was over in Japan at that time. And what they did was WWE brought Nikki into their show in Japan to work Shida as in what was Hikaru Shida's dark match. Bearing in mind, Nikki wasn't even signed to WWE at the time, but that's already how good they knew Nikki is. So bear in mind, they knew that she was that good, that instead of putting Shida on with one of theirs in a dark match,
an Natalia or someone like that, yeah,
they spent out to bring Nikki over from wherever she was in Japan, because Japan's a very big country, and had her work Shida because they knew that's a good person to judge how good someone is. They already knew they were going to sign Nikki. It was just all about the timing. It wasn't at that point like WWE is now. It was just all about the timing of when that spot was going to be available, and she signed shortly thereafter. But yeah, so Jesus, I completely forgot about that. That just suddenly come back to me.
I
But
think we have spoken about that briefly before, but I'd never sort of shared that. But yeah, I mean that's amazing. That shows how good Nikki is. You know.
Yeah, Nikki's great.
Yeah.
And like you look back at her time on NXT and the matches that she had with Asuka and
Yeah, great.
do you know what I mean?
That
the last
Street
one
Fight
standing
one.
match.
Yeah, last one standing. Outstanding, man.
It
Outstanding.
was superb.
Yeah,
like, Nikki
yeah.
can go, but you wouldn't know it from watching, Raw.
Sadly.
So, yeah.
I've got no doubt that Shaq got abducted by the Fiend from the ambulance. He's
Dom is going to be thrilled. So,
if that's the case, I think RVD or Bubba Ray. I wonder if we're getting too many older people. I don't know. They're doing a good job with it, but I don't want this to become WCW.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because, again, there are some elements that's held against you when you're a growing company, which is what I was alluding to earlier. I remember GWF had a similar problem, and that they had numerous TV companies interested and up for it, but they wanted guarantees of the certain stars that they'd have involved in GWF. GWF being Nick Aldis and Jeff Jarrett's promotion. So, and every time they would be like, right, we're going to have this person contracted, and it was a major name, WWE would kind of get involved, and then they couldn't contract that person anymore. And that really caused, that was one of the major factors in GWF not really getting to be able to get to the levels where they expected to, was, the people that they were expecting to sign with them all of a sudden had offers elsewhere. And as such, they couldn't get the TV deals that they needed. Right. So there are certain elements, that there will be outside forces, whether it be sponsors, TV, that will be encouraging them to use some form of name recognition to help them grow, the company, and open up further doors. And that's one of the things that Paul Wight brings, is that.
Absolutely, yeah. I just don't know. I'm just worried we're getting too much now.
I don't disagree with you, but we don't know what their position is either yet, if I understand it.
No.
I mean, is this person supposed to be in the ladder match, or is that a different mystery person?
That's a different mystery person, I believe. The announcement is going to be Big Show coming on stage and announcing someone joining that's Hall of Fame worthy. So
joining a company, so in like another commentator or some other kind of. Okay.
Got a lot of commentators as it is.
I thought it was for the ladder match, in which case it's kind of like open season on who it can be.
Yeah, and Hall of Fame worthy, so someone with experience. I mean, Bubba Ray Dudley's not a bad shout.
No.
Tenille Dashwood is very good for many reasons, but the last place I want her is WWE, says Jake. Yeah, that's kind of how we feel. If it was to give more time to the women's division, fine. Should have been Mox and Omega ending it. Absolutely, Joey. Ryan, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think it's Cain Velasquez. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame with it. I don't know. I will just see. I'm quite excited for the pop. I think everyone getting in the ring was to promote that match. Yeah, it was a bit crap. And very much a WWE trope. Jeff Adams, I don't think it's going to be teased at Revolution, but the prospect of an Okada Omega rematch for the AEW Championship is unreal. You can't do that yet. That's a stadium filler, Dan.
Yeah, the other thing is, it's like, why would you do it now, though, as well? Like, from a story, like, how do we go from, Moxley in an exploding barbed wire match into, one of the top stars in Japan, and he's got to then miss New Japan shows, and
and
he ain't going to miss New Japan shows. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but like it when I say this. New Japan is not an independent promotion.
No.
Okay, it's a massive, multi-million-dollar company.
Dan, I've always questioned this. Which is bigger, AEW or New Japan? Globally? I'd say New Japan.
It all comes down to the TV deals, so one would have to say AEW.
Okay.
But from an income perspective, New Japan.
Right. Interesting.
So it's a very thing because
difficult. The 2 and 3 definitely.
Yeah. Well, what you're dealing with is you're talking AEW have got bigger like TV deal in America, and they've got more TV around the world because they've also got Canada and they've got the UK.
Yeah.
They've got several other countries that we've seen them announce for. They took WWE. They took one of WWE's TV deals in a country in Europe. I can't remember which country it was, but again, much like what happened over here with WWE and Sky, WWE wanted a certain amount. Sky were like, and that's how they ended up on BT. Yeah. And a similar thing happened, and I forget what country it was, but WWE wanted an amount to renew them, and that country's sports channel were just like, no, we're going to sign WWE, and so they did. Sorry, AEW, and they did, you know. So AEW have got very good distribution there and around in a lot of countries. New Japan are not. And that, Roku deal is, so on that aspect, but from an income perspective, New Japan will be bringing in a lot more revenue than what AEW will be.
Interesting. Thank you. Cool. Let me carry on with the comments. Sorry, just sorting something else out. As we do multiple things on the stream. You could easily slowly build Miro up, which is what I think they're doing. I think the Miro best friend stories is a bit of an inmates running the asylum. Think with a bit of twerking from higher ups in the company, it would have been better, but it feels disorganized. It's not clicking.
A lot of stuff like that. I had the issue with the 2 ambulance spots being put together so close on the show this week. And there was something last week, and I forget what it was. And Ant, you may remember, but they basically did the same angle 2 segments in a row.
Was last week I think last week was a heavy, like all tag team, wasn't it? As apart from the women's match as well, which I had an issue with. Yeah,
I think it was. Didn't somebody get bloodied up or ambulanced twice in a row, or backstage? It was just something that they did the basic same angle.
There was that really crap backstage thing between, was it Archer and Phoenix?
Oh, that was bad.
That was weak.
But that wasn't it. But regardless, Anyway, it's a common thing with AEW where, because Jericho's even spoken about it in his podcast, where there's a couple of people that are basically doing the same storyline on the same angle on the TV show. And it's like, come on, you need to get that sorted.
Cool. Feel so bad for Aleister Black. I think we'll see Zelina Vega on AEW. Yes. One big problem with AEW is you don't think so, Dan?
No, I just it's not. I don't think so. It's just like, what's there for her to do right now? Personally, I just wouldn't do it right now. That's all.
I just think she was. It's just a 90-day thing, and people want to keep it interest while it is, and she can carry on doing her stuff and promoting her stuff. That's the thing. That's why I think it's almost a done deal. Because she's seen her friends go there and see Miro playing a gamer character promoting his Twitch stream, even though it's not potentially to the detriment of the wrestling show. Probably C plus O. First 90 minutes went A, in my opinion. Gets an 8 out of 10 from me. I could give it a 7.5 out of 10, I think, which is what Jake's giving it just because of the angles at the end.
Yeah, 7 for me.
Glad to see Paul Wight, nice guy. Got a bit sick, wanted a fresh start of AEW. Show versus
I
Jack
respect the hell out of Paul Wight for
absolutely big move. Half suspecting Jack to be saying the ambulance saying, "Where to, Marvez?" We had no Marvez on the show.
We didn't.
Yes. Hate him. To me, one day I'll interview him, and I'll be all nice. To me, the Hardy Page and Dark Order storyline is my favourite thing in the promotion. Interesting. Always puts a smile on my face. I would say the last 2 minutes of the show was the weakest part of the story. Thank you. Cargill is easily the biggest jacked woman on the AEW roster. She's a great thing for that division. I'm really excited.
She's easily the biggest, most jacked women's wrestler, full stop.
She's more jacked than half the guys in AEW, let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Put her in a ring with Darby Allin, and that's a match I'd love to see.
She's in phenomenal shape. That is a hardcore, hard worker right there.
Absolutely. The feud could have been done better if Sting came in and feuded with Team Taz, and then Darby joined him. Yes, yes, agree. They should have been separate for a while. Yeah, played it longer. Also would have made Darby more of the saviour, as opposed to the other way around. Yes, this has hurt Darby Allin, in my opinion, Dan.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it has or not, but I'm not going to disagree with anyone's view because at the end of the day, you're the ones that are feeling whether if you're feeling less, interest in Darby Allin, then that's can't argue that because you're the one with that emotion.
There we go. Please, everyone, have Eve Wrestling sounds great. Sounds like a lot of good wrestlers have been at Eve Wrestling. Great stuff. Love the stream, guys. Thanks. Not a problem, man. And we are so honoured to have Dan here. Dan's YouTube channel has 20,000 subscribers now, and he's doing amazing work on there. I've put a link pin on the description to go and check out Eve Pro Wrestling. Dan does this for us, which is amazing, and enjoys talking to you guys as sort of wrestling fans and just having a chat about a different wrestling promotion. So please go like his stuff and turn on the notifications, because Dan sometimes on a Thursday, sometimes on a Saturday, he'll do a random stream where he just goes into the backstage info of all the matches, and it is outstanding. If you're enjoying this, you will love the shit out of that. So please go and subscribe straight away. Tell people about it. Alex
I am
Smith.
streaming tomorrow night. Actually.
There you go. Are you doing your backstage stream?
Don't know yet.
Okay, cool.
I only got to stream like once last week, and I was just like, right, I got to catch up a little bit. So I was just like, I will stream on a Thursday, and then I'll be doing the replay on Saturday night.
Awesome. So please go and support Eve and let Dan know he's doing a great
We are
job.
doing a thing actually next Monday. We're doing a fundraiser next Monday. Sorry if you don't.
Oh yeah, of course. No, of course, man. Go ahead. I forgot
so
about
next
that.
Monday we're doing it's International Women's Day. So we're doing I think it's going to be like a 4 or 5 hour live stream because I'm a fucking idiot. But
dude, I normally cover Eve and then cover AEW. Hashtag just saying every Wednesday normally.
Good point. But the
it's not Raw.
But I'm doing it for a good cause, and that is we're actually doing a fundraiser for the charity Reign, which is for survivors of sexual abuse, and it's you've possibly heard Mick Foley talk about it a lot, as he's done a lot of fundraising for the charity. There was also a book released by Jason Norris, I believe I'm getting his name correct, that I actually did an interview for that's in the book as well, where all the profits go to Reign. It's a very, very important charity. And so what we're doing is we're going to be watching Eve, but you're going to be actually able to be seeing us all watching Eve. And when I say us all, there's going to be a mixture of guests throughout the 4 to 5 hour stream popping in. So at the moment, for example, Session Moth Martina is going to be watching it with us. Eve champion Ryo Ryder will be. Debbie Keitel. There's some people from America on your TV promotions who will be joining with us, but I just can't announce them yet. It's going to be a really, really cool, fun thing. There'll always be a group of us watching it and reacting to it, and chatting wrestling and having fun, and it'll just be cool, but it's all in the name of raising some funds for the charity Reign. So, again, head on over to the channel. You'll see that it's already set up there. Set your reminders and subscribe, and, come join us for that next Monday.
There we go. And, of course, we will be here next Sunday for AEW Revolution. Where
I've
me
got
and
a
Dom...
long weekend, don't I? Because I've got stream tonight.
I heard you were doing Raw as well with us this week.
Sorry?
You doing Raw as well next week with Dom?
No, I'm not doing freaking Raw. I've got a 5 hour bloody Reign stream. I'm doing that, and that's the charity stream. I'm not doing another charity stream where there's no money going to it. Had tonight, got tomorrow, not doing Friday, got Saturday because of Eve, got Sunday AEW, and then got the Reign fundraiser stream on International Women's Day on Monday.
Wow.
So
sounds like a hell of a week. So
and Tuesday, nothing. I'm going to be editing Tuesday for the Wednesday stream. So there we go.
If you're still hanging out with us and you appreciate what we've done tonight and in terms of thingy, please let's share this revolution. Let's get as many people as we can, so that as many people can come to the channel, because Dan's given us his time, and help him promote that wonderful cause that he's doing on Monday as well. That'd be freaking awesome. If you don't mind, I don't normally ask for a lot, but this would really help us out. Let's get as many people watching.
Sharing
as we can.
is caring.
It absolutely is, brother. It absolutely is. Great night. Thank you so much. Also made more damage. I think we're going to pretty much end it there. Thank you so much, Dan. It has been absolutely frigging wonderful having you on the stream again. Who knows when these are going to happen? Dan normally messages me a few minutes before and says, "Hey, I'm popping on," and I say, "Yeah, you are, brother."
Basically, yeah. It's like I wasn't going to watch AEW tonight. That was the thing, and then I was just like,
Screw it. But thank you for joining us, and you've made this show wonderful. So everyone, please show your appreciation to Dan, both on Twitter, on his Eve streams, and just send him some bloody love in chat. Until next time, Dan, do a countdown for me, dude, and then do the whole year shite.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whole year!
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Gimme a Whole Yeah podcast.
What type of underpants do you wear?
Okay.
Surprise. Dan was just saying, I was saying, what are we talking about? He's going, surprise me. I'll probably just talk about Doominum. That surprised him.
Doominum. Did you say Doominum?
Doominum.
Doominum. Doom.
Doominum. I know Doom. I've heard of it.
No, not Doominum. Doom.
Doominum. What's your favourite Doom game?
Oh, the classic. Doom and Doom 2. Or Doom 2, if I had to choose between the classics.
Did you enjoy the PC remake from 15 years ago? Not remake, the newer one.
The recent one or the 2016 reboot?
No, I'm on about
They did a reboot in 2016, which I'm an old man, and I like my old games.
We like old games.
There's so many levels to Doom, and there are so many secrets and so many different ways of doing levels that I can still play the original Doom, Doom 2, all the different episodes, Final Doom.
Doom 3 I was thinking of.
Doom 3 was terrible. Get in the sea. It was, I'm such a, I even have the Doom series of books.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Oh,
They're
Jesus.
shit. Right? But I have them. And I love them because I love Doom so much.
Wow.
So when I play Among Us, my character is made to look like Doom Guy. And yes, his name is Doom Guy. He's not the Doom Slayer. He's Doom Guy.
Oh, when I play Among Us, I'm Miss Redrum.
Miss Redrum?
Yeah.
Nice. Like Red Rum as in the horse that went missing, but is this the person that was behind it?
No, it's more of a Shining thing.
More of a Shining thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Shining.
Oh, have you not? So Red Rum backwards is murder.
Sorry?
Red Rum backwards is murder, and it's the whole spoiler of the film. So the idea of the film is like, it's a twist because what's in the red room, but it's actually just spelled out murder in the mirror. But the miss part of it is because people trust the lady, and I flirt with everyone. In Among Us. It's really bizarre. And then
most of the people in Among Us are like 7.
Yeah, that's true. But I do flirt with them, and then. So I'll be flirting, and they'll say, "Oh, have you got Insta?" A lot of people say that to me. Do you have Insta?
Oh, it's all follow me on it. It's because they're all kids.
Right.
It's all follow me on Insta and add me on Snapchat, and
right.
No, none of them ever asking about OnlyFans, which is the reason why they're not adults.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, it's all right. And I'm just like, look, I don't know any of you. Yeah. I am not freaking. I just wanted to come play Among Us. Why can't we just play Among Us? What is this hide and seek shit we're doing suddenly? I don't understand the rules here. I only know one level.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Can't go into them different levels. But
I can't do the others.
So I do the whole like cutie language and stuff, like oh lol, oh hee 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 tee hee hee, and all this sort of shit. And then at some point I'll reveal that I'm actually an 80-year-old man with a prostate problem.
And then the room just empty. Yeah?
People go really weird about it.
I bet they do. I bet they do. That's the kind of shit that Swerve would do. Like, I had to give up. Like, he had a stream going on recently, and he was just like talking to some kids on some random like chat roulette thing.
Right.
And I was just like, man, I am not here for this.
No.
I was just like well out of that. But yeah, no, like that the thing. Like, it was so depressing when I play Among Us because I'm so clearly the oldest by a long. You know when you're not the old. You know when you've actually got like a group of adults in there because they don't like rage quit when they're not the imposter.
Yeah. I know, right?
You get the same group of people just playing for a while, and the chat's actually everyone's kind of fairly decent and just in, and you're just like, I found my people. And And then like it'll turn out that a few of them are together and they'll all leave at the same time, and then you get the freaking kids come in. You're like,
I'm the same, Dan. At some point, we're going to be playing Among Us. I have a feeling.
There's a way to do it, isn't there? And linking it on the Discord.
Yeah, we'd have to use your Discord.
I don't understand how to do it. My kids do. My kids are the ones who are teaching me. Like, we've created an Eve Discord. I say we because it really is me and the kids.
Yeah, you sent a link to me to that the other day. That expired as well, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't even know that I sent a link. Honest to God, right? I knew I sent Danny a link because I was using his. I asked if I could use the rules that he put in the Give Me a Hole Yeah one and just amend them to suit the Eve.
Yeah.
And then, and so Danny was in it, and then all of a sudden I saw a load of other people in there. And I didn't notice for days. And all of a sudden, there was a load of people in there, and some people that I knew, and some people from the Give Me a Hole Yeah chat. And I was just like, "Oh, people!
Hey, welcome to the Discord.
Welcome to the Discord that is not finished and has nothing in it."
Rock and roll. Dan, underpants. Stop avoiding the question, you prick.
I'm not avoiding it. Boxers, I need space.
What, like? Way to overshare. Thank you.
No, you do, don't you? This is why I never got on well with bicycles. Those seats are not meant for you. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, those are not there. You can't have a lot there to be, or you don't be. It's just no.
Especially a unicycle where you've got to have balance as well.
Yeah, no, can't be dealing with that.
What if you get aroused on a unicycle? How does that like throw off your whole center of gravity?
That's a good point. I don't know. I don't want to find out, but at the same time, I kind of do. That's a very unique position that you put me in there,
dude. I'm so sorry.
But you have to have some. You got to have some hanging room. You know, you can't be all bunched up.
So is it baggy or like?
Oh yes.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, it got to be. Okay. You need. Yes, absolutely.
If you ever need to send Dan a present, please head them over to Eve's social media. Send him
absolutely.
Big boxes.
Yes, absolutely. You have to go a couple of sizes too big. So you need to have which is a little bit on the waist, sadly.
There you go.
You need space.
Yeah.
You need space.
Well, to be honest with you, Dan, I'm more of a G-string sort of guy.
Oh, very good. Unique, different. Owning it yourself. I appreciate that.
I wish I was. Maybe back in my day. I'm more of a face mask kind of guy. Here's a funny story for you. Sorry to keep going on, but this is hilarious.
Of what, Matt? A face mask?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's COVID.
No, but you shouldn't be wearing them on your pants.
I don't know. I was sent a video the other day. It was I think it was in Brazil, and this woman, she was an anti-masker. And she was trying to go in the shop, and the shopper was like, "No, you can't come in. You can't come in. You haven't got a mask on." So she whips, like she literally just pulls down, and it is like a thong or G-string, and sticks it over her mouth and turns it into a mask. And she goes into the shop. She's only after like 2 things, so I presume that's what she was yelling about. Just grabs them, throws them down, and buys the things. But yeah, she just literally just pulls the caps down, sticks it over her mouth, and you're just like, all right, okay.
Fair enough. No, I've got a couple of pair of boxers, and the reason I brought this up in the first place is that I've been washing them, and apparently my partner,
that's a good thing.
Well, once you've like turned them inside out and worn them either way, I'm a single.
You don't want them turned out like cardboard. Like you don't want to be going. It's like these aren't mine. These bend. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Hello, ladies. So, but I keep melting the plastic on them or something, and it's all like it just like.
What? Melting the plastic on your boxes?
The elastic. Sorry, excuse me. The elastic.
I was going to say, what freaking. Like, was these asbestos boxes or something that you've got there?
Got to be safe. It's my chastity belt, Dan.
Right, plastic boxes. Are they called boxes in America out of interest?
Oh, I don't know. I think everyone's gone.
No, we're holding at the same kind of number, actually.
What the hell is wrong with you
We're
people?
talking about what we wear underneath. Of course, we can just show them.
No, I can't.
Oh no,
I'm not. No, at the minute, I'm in Lazy Boys, brother. Thanks, Dan, for trying to turn this stream into real smut.
So what is it you wear? The elastic melts.
Well, I'll just show you.
All right, okay, show me. This hasn't gone weird at all, has it? Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. This is right. Okay. Have you changed your shirt
this
as
is
well?
proper overshare. Sorry.
You changed your shirt as well.
No, it's been the same shirt all stream. Lounge Kittens.
What shirt is it?
It's a Lounge Kitten shirt.
A what shirt?
A Lounge Kittens. Have you never heard of the Lounge Kittens?
No, I can't say I have.
Fantastic band who do lounge covers of all sorts of stuff, from sort of metal to all sorts. So do a really nice cover of Alice Cooper's Poison, but it's 3-girl a cappella.
Is it like who's the guy that did the album Lounge Against the Machine?
Richard Cheese.
Richard Cheese. There, is it that kind of thing, but a cappella?
Similar, okay. More like the Papini Sisters, but without the sort of 30s vibe to them. They're quite sort of funky. They just split up last year. I've seen them a few times. They're really good, man.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Anthony's Underpants.
Okay, Marvel, Avengers. Well, you've had them for a long time because the colour has faded like fuck.
Yeah, I have. Check out the size of that.
Yeah, like that. I can see what you mean. It's just bent.
It should be like that.
At the top there, it's holding down.
The elastic is like complete. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You nearly saw inside my briefs. They have just been cleaned, so I'm not just holding.
That's all right.
Isn't that weird?
No, that does happen over time. Are you using the tumble dryer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the effect of the tumble dryer over time.
Well, thank you for the advice on my boxer shorts. Lovely to have you on the stream, Dan. Take it easy. Oh, go watch the Wrestle Story. I've put a link in the description. Yes, I have. See you all. Bye.
Bye.
This is Broken Matt Hardy. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling Podcast.